in, everyone. Okay, so if you would like to introduce yourselves, introduce your character, Eden, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I am Eden. I go by I go by the Bright Eden on Twitch. A bit of a regular chatter. I often drop by with random facts or just random funny messages through bits, TTS donations. Bit of a Bloodborne and Souls nerd in general. Also semi-aspiring DM/player in general. And tonight I will be taking on the role of Thaddeus Blackmore, a scholar of Bergenworth, who is in search of his mentor who has gone missing.
Nice, thank you. Selfless?
I'm selfless. I'm also kind of a Souls veteran. Been playing Bloodborne for a long time and D&D. My character is Damien. He is a sorcerer that is kind of an old hunter who worked under Maria in the old workshop.
Perfect. And then we have Bath.
Bath of Blood. I'm playing Fig, who is essentially the groundskeeper of Bergenworth, helping drive back beasts and whatnot.
Perfect, thank you. And last but not least, Julio.
Hi everybody, I'm Ryan and/or Julio. I am also a Souls veteran and a D&D DM. Tonight I will be playing the Powder Keg hunter Samuel Erling. He is trying to keep the last vestiges of the clan Powder Keg alive, even though we don't see them very much in the game.
Perfect, thank you so much everyone. Thank you for introducing yourselves. And with that, I will take yous into Yharnam, I suppose. So, you are all established hunters inside of Yharnam, or perhaps, especially with the likes of yourselves that live and work in Bergenworth, slightly outside of Yharnam. However, you know the goings-on of the monthly hunts and blood ministration, and just the kind of general feel for how Yharnam works and operates. You're all accomplished hunters in your own right. Some of you use more magical means, some of you use more physical, like melee, stuff like that. And some of you have become tinkerers and have delved into things that perhaps weren't possible in Yharnam before, but maybe through Eldritch insight or from otherworldly beings, you have gained knowledge that you did not know that you had, and you have been able to craft and make new, sometimes explosive experiments that you use against the beasts and the like. However, not only have the monthly blood hunts been taking place, but recently there have been numerous disappearances happening inside and outside of Yharnam. A scholar, most notably from Bergenworth, known as the Carol Maker, Rune Carol Maker, has disappeared, and the people from Bergenworth are very concerned, as this person had a high stature there, and they're eager to get them back. There have been families that have been torn apart by children being snatched. And there doesn't seem to be any kind of rhyme or reason for why the people that go missing, and none of them have came back. You haven't heard of anyone that's came back. There's been no sight of them. When they disappear, they disappear. So, an emergency meeting has been called by the leader of the Old Hunters Guild, a middle-aged hunter named German, whose apprentice, Maria, as well, and her apprentices under her, Damon, have all been called to Central Yharnam and to the Uden Chapel. So you gather yourselves up, you gather all your supplies and head over to Uden Chapel. And when you arrive, half the chapel is filled with Yharnamites, so local folk, who all look scared, concerned, wondering why they've all been called here. They kind of suspect that it's about disappearances and are hoping for news. The other half of the chapel is filled with hunters like yourselves, You may recognise some of them from hunts, or kind of if you go to different leagues to intermingle, but you don't really have an idea for what it is that you could all have been called here for, but it might be to do with the disappearances. So you all shuffle in and sit down and wait for the assembly to start. So you, Damon, you would know why you're here. It was your higher-ups that had organised this, and you've been asked to kind of like go forward into the crowd, I suppose, and introduce yourself and sit with your fellow hunters.
Okay. I think my Discord's dying on me.
No worries.
But I was saying that children were being snatched, families torn apart. The rune maker is gone. We are charged with finding them and bringing them back and trying to discover why they're being taken.
So as you're saying this to your fellow hunters,
Yes.
German himself approaches the stage and kind of addresses the crowd and essentially says, God, try to think how to do German's accent. German joins the hunt. So he's up there and he's like, right, we've all been called here today because, well, as you know, people have been gone missing, and it's our job as hunters to try and find out what's happening. I see here we have some good-looking hunters in front of me, and families to the right of me. I'm sorry for everything that's been happening, and we're going to try and get to the bottom of this. You lot there, meet me round the back. I'll get you your supplies and send you on your way. And he kind of shuffles off.
Are we given any idea, like, during this whole presentation about, like, where the last place we've seen either Runesmith Carroll or these, like, kids have been?
So, by the sounds of it, he didn't want to say in front of the public. So, yeah, cause it's split in half. It's half of the public who have maybe kind of, like, came there to do a nosy and see if there's any new information, but you get a sense of he's maybe not wanting to tell yous if there is any new information in front of the rest of the crowd. However, hunters, they'll be informed. So it's just
I'll head around.
Yep. So you just step up onto the stage and German kind of like takes a wee door off to the left-hand side. You go through and it's just a kind of like small kind of office and German's sitting there. And he's like, right, you the hunters then that are willing to take on the job?
Of course.
That would be us.
Right then.
Nothing will stop me.
Damon, and he kind of like gives you a wee nod of his hat. Right then, well, didn't want to say this in front of everyone else, but there's been more people snatched recently. Just last night, actually. We've cordoned off the crime scene. No one's been allowed in or out, and we've got some jobs to do, so we can't go along. But Damon, if you're willing to take these guys along and have a look, try and find out what the hell's happening to these people and why they're disappearing.
Sounds good to me. Let's start the hunt.
Alright, before you go, let me give you these. You never know if you might need them. And he hands you out a blood vial each. These are consumable items. They work the same way as a regular healing potion would. So 2d4 plus 2, I think it is. And if you're taking them in combat, you can take them as a bonus action. So he hands you one each. Right, well, where you'll need to go first is the back of the graveyard. There's been a couple of people snatched, a couple of grave tenders, cleaners, stuff like that. First one was a couple of weeks ago, but last night the new Aya, he was taken, and like I said, no one's been allowed in or out. So prices fresh. Make sure you don't disturb any evidence. And I'll give you the keys. And he hands over the keys to what looks like the back of the church that leads out into the graveyard. Cool. So, these all go out the back of the church. And graveyard is completely empty. It looks as if they have kept everyone away like they said. So, what would you like to do?
So are there footprints leading, I guess, out of the graveyard in any capacity? Like, I guess we're looking more towards the mud that's around the paths. So I'd be interested to see if there would be footprints of a distinct nature.
Mhm.
If we're looking for folks that
Yeah.
aren't human necessarily.
Right, first roll of the night. Give me investigation, please.
Please, dear God.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. So you kind of have a look around the grounds and you see there's a kind of small path, and then you've got the actual grass that leads out onto the where the graves are, and you see a couple of kind of normal sized footprints here or there. You think this has maybe been the workers or people that have came to pay respects at the graves, stuff like that. However, over here, I'm gonna ping it if I can. Oh, ping. Next to this tree, there seems to be a set of rather large humanoid footprints, barefoot, but larger than what you would normally expect.
Do we notice any blood or like trails of blood anywhere?
You can give me investigation if you want as well. Hey, Dr. D. 21, nice. So, it doesn't look as if there's been a struggle here at all. It looks as if the groundskeeper or the graveyard tender was doing their normal rounds, cleaning stuff off the graves, sweeping leaves, and their feet come to an abrupt stop, and then there's just no more, as if they've been lifted straight up off their feet. But it's strange because the larger set of footprints are stationary, and there's no more larger footprints anywhere else. It's as if they were just there and then that was it.
Interesting.
So it seems as if both folks just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, strange.
Does the ground is the ground am I able to examine the depth of the footprint to determine, you know, if they were maybe being chased or if they maybe stood still, like they were maybe like tranquilized or
Yeah, give me an investigation from yourself.
investigation, that is sorry, I'm just still getting to grips with the gist of how to work this.
You're fine.
If this will load, bear with me 1 second.
Yeah, roll 20 is a bit weird, and then you eventually get used to it.
Yeah. Okay, I think that should be it.
Perfect.
Investigation.
17. Okay.
17.
So you kind of bend down and you look at the tracks that everyone's pointed out, and the larger footprints, I should say, sink in more than the groundskeeper's ones do. So from that, you kind of deduct this individual, whoever has the larger footprints, is very, very tall and perhaps heavy as well. And with them potentially lifting the person up, the groundskeeper, that's added more weight, and then have sunk further into the kind of like the soft grass, kind of muddy area. But again, it's really strange because those footprints are literally the only ones that are there from the larger individual.
So
Well,
it seems
it
like
appears-
either it jumped or it got spirited away.
Well, we know for a fact that there was more than one person involved here. See that mausoleum that we are standing right next to. Has that shown any signs of any break-ins or any grave robbing or anything like that?
You could go over and have a look, have a wee investigation check, see if you can see any signs of struggle or anything like that.
Yeah, I will do just that. So I will head over to the mausoleum and I will see for any signs of forced entry or break-in.
Cool. Fresh investigate. Oh my god! Guys are rolling like crazy today.
It's all the insight.
Yeah, so the eyes and the insight, what is it, inside the brain. So you go over and the door doesn't seem to be padlocked, or it doesn't seem to have any, you know, kind of like exterior locks or anything like that. However, there do seem to be you think something is maybe on the other side of the door, but whatever it is that's maybe like hit the door or, you know, interacted with the door has been so strong that the door started to cave on the outside. So you can see these kind of like bend marks in bars and wood and stuff like that, but it's hard to tell from the outside what it would be. You'd have to maybe go inside to get a better look.
And I will raise this to everyone else and inform them that the mausoleum has seemingly been broken into.
So I would like to go into my pack and pull out what appears to be a pair of like dowsing rods and use those to cast detect magic.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah, give me. So is this your focus, your arcane focus?
So my focus would be thieves' tools, but
Mm-hmm.
for flavor, just trying to.
Sounds perfect. Yeah. Give me a insight roll, please.
Okey-doke.
Or oh no, sorry. It's arcane. Sorry. give me an arcana check.
Sounds good. Oh,
9.
that's a 9.
So you take your kit out and you kind of go towards the mausoleum, and you definitely get this kind of like tingle that runs through you, and you know this feeling. It is a feeling that is very familiar to you, having studied the kind of arts that you have, and it definitely feels not of this plane.
Brothers, the cosmos is with us.
And well, that news is
Shall we?
music to my ears.
Shall we try and go forward?
So who wants to open the door?
Doors, the bane of D&D party's existence.
If you want to, I'll do it.
Have at it.
So how would you like to attempt to open this door, Fig?
Well, first I'll just see if it's locked.
You just trying the door handle?
Yeah.
It is locked indeed, yes.
Then I will just pull out my thieves' tools and try and pick the lock.
Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand check, please. Oh my god, what's happening with the rolls? Wow. So yeah, you are well versed in picking locks, opening doors, perhaps breaking in places, you know, kind of, we don't know. But yeah, you get your tools out and you just give it a wee jingle, 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 and you just hear the lock open and door seems unlocked.
Well, let's see what we have. And I'll open the door then.
Perfect. So you open the door and it's kind of dark inside, but it's midday. Yarnum never is completely lit. There's not really sunlight in Yarnum. It's constant dusk, twilight with that kind of strange pinky, purpley hue. But from the small amount of light that does flood in, you can see it's a stone mausoleum with 3 large stone coffins by the looks of it.
So as an artificer, I pull out kind of what appears to be like a mundane, like a rock out of my bag, and I can kind of inscribe a little like sigil on it to make it at least shed a little bit of light. Can I use that and just kind of toss it in there to see if we can see anything before we...
Absolutely, yeah. Just it's not hard. It's a small room, so it's not as if you're gonna have to like throw it a great distance. But yeah, you'd inscribe a little rune on it, and the stone starts to glow. You chuck it in there, and what you see is all round the walls on the coffins themselves are huge scratch marks. But a human hand, you know, the kind of the distance between the fingers and a scratch that would be able to be made by a human hand. But looking at these scrape marks, this thing must be huge, whatever made these.
Are we thinking a possible beast that has broken in, maybe in search of blood, to sate its hunger?
I don't see too many alternatives, but there's no blood anywhere around here that we've seen.
Do the coffins? Are we able to see who the coffins were are for or are holding?
You could go up and try and read the inscriptions on them, yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, that I will do.
So they're in common, so you can read them. They seem old, these coffins. These one seems to be like, you know, kept away from the rest of them outside, so you feel as if these were perhaps founding members of the church at Udin, something like that. There seems to be someone from Bergenworth buried here. There seems to be oh my god. Seems to be someone from Bergenworth. There seems to be someone from a place outside the Yarnum. It says Canehurst. You've heard of Canehurst before, but you're not too sure why someone from Canehurst would be buried here. And then there is one from somewhere that says Fishing Village.
So it seems kind of random, just who's in this
Yeah.
mausoleum.
It doesn't seem to
Okay.
be, you know, special, but perhaps it was people who helped found the church. You're not too sure.
Can I try to open one of the coffins?
You can. They are very heavy, so it would need to be a strength check.
All right, I'll try to open the one there.
Hmm?
I don't have much strength though, so this is going to be bad.
8. No, this thing is solid. You kind of like try and bend your knees and, you know, bend your back, but it's stuck on there fast. Perhaps time and the fact that it's a heavy stone lid just it doesn't come away.
Well,
So
that went nowhere.
The coffins are made of stone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just realized I have acid splash. If I was to cast acid splash on a coffin, would that be able to melt away the stone that makes up the lid?
It would, but it would take some time. You know from your studies, acid splash, when used on beasts and humans, is very effective. It instantly starts burning, melting skin, and corroding bone. However, if you were to do that on a solid stone, it would take a while to melt through.
And I think there's probably the chance that we would destroy whatever was in there too.
Yeah, true.
Potentially.
Well, I do have Mage Hand, but Mage Hand can't carry more than 10 pounds, which I assume that coffin far exceeds.
They're quite heavy, yeah.
I mean, I suppose. But so I've got a +2 to strength. Does anyone else? What's everyone else looking at for in terms of strength?
You could join, like, try and lift one if you wanted to, like a couple of yous. It would be easier.
Yeah, I think we probably
If you
should.
want to open it, we could open it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Are you open the person from Bergenworth, the person from the fishing village? What one are you opening?
Which was the other we...
I'm curious about the one from the fishing village
Hmm.
because it's the one I'm not familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say that as well because I'll know from my studies that I've never heard of any such fishing village at all.
Yeah. None of yous have ever heard of, you know, fishing village. Like, doesn't make any sense.
So are we all opening this one then?
So if yous are, if a couple of yous are trying to open it, you can give me strength rolls with advantage because there's a couple of yous trying to lift the lid off.
We'll let the
Give it a
strong guy
shot
make the
again.
roll.
Whoever has the highest strength stat here, just to check.
Mm-hmm.
It's not me.
I have a +0, so the +2 so far is the highest.
Guys, I think we're all rolling zeros.
Alright. Okay, so
Squishy,
I'll do the
squishies.
advantage.
Cool,
So
go
I'll
for
do
it.
the advantage roll then. Alright,
Yeah.
advantage. Strength. Oh wait, that's a saving throw. That's a saving throw.
Hey, Grogman. 14? Okay, so it takes you a little while you kind of like shuffle in and you're like, right, okay, let's do it this way. No, that's not gonna work. Okay, if you stand there and you hoist it this way, but eventually, a couple of minutes in, you do manage to, and yeah, this thing falls and the lid cracks. This hits the stone on the floor, and you just hear this almighty crack, and you're like, oh shit, you broke the top of it. However, it is open, and when you peer inside, there seems to be maybe like a 4-foot-ish something wrapped up in cloth. Very old, very kind of dusty, but there seems to be something inside.
I'll turn to my peers and I will say, well, enough people have gone missing around here. Do we really want to contribute to the grave robbing?
Seems like it's time to defile a corpse.
Well, I guess that answers that question.
Yeah, we've already gone this far.
Sounds good to me. And then I will reach in and kind of just like, you know, because my character would have studied a bit of medicine, so he's like not phased by the slightest by cadavers. So he just starts going at it and just starts unwrapping the linen from the body.
So you unwrap it, and this body is very old. There's hardly any flesh or any kind of tissue left on it. It's mostly bone. Give me a medicine check, actually. See if you can kind of gauge how old this thing is.
Medicine.
15? Yeah, so you're looking at it and you kind of look at the size of it and you think, okay, it's potentially someone that's in their maybe late 30s. You can't really tell if it's male or female, and it looks as if they've been dead for about maybe 30-40 years at this point. Would
the specimen.
any of you like to give me a Eldritch insight check? So I forgot to tell you about this. However, if you've watched the streams before, you might know that I have a homebrew rule, which is Eldritch insight. You have 4 blank spaces, and once those are filled, once you have more insight, you may get more information, and it may hinder or help you depending on what you want to do with it. If any of you want to roll Eldritch Insight, you can either roll a perception check or an insight check. It is up to you. Whatever you feel would be better.
I'll try insight.
You're gonna go insight? Yeah.
Fail.
Right, let me see. I just need to put down your
I'll shoot an insight check too.
your empty ones. Yeah, go for it.
Ooh, good. First nat one of the night.
Yeah. Okay, so Damon, Fig, Samuel, and Thaddeus. Okay, so Thaddeus, you are looking at this corpse, and the more you look at it, you think something doesn't quite look right about this corpse, and you get in close and you look at the skull in particular, and you notice there are scratch marks around the orbital bone, as if something long and sharp had been pushed inside and had a rake round inside the skull. You look inside the skull from the dim light coming off the arcane stone that's been thrown in, and there are scratch marks all over the inside of this person's skull.
Subject appears to have died due to some violent trauma resulting in scratches to the skull. I'm noticing a rather alarming amount of rather violent scratches to the orbital cavity. Would any of you know of any reason why someone would want to remove someone's eyes, either in life or post-mortem?
Would any of us know about the eyes thing?
So anyone from
Trying to have more eyes on the inside to
so
be closer to the cosmos?
Thaddeus and Fig you would know exactly why this figure has scratches all over their eyes, orbital sockets and inside. This looks as if this person has been forcibly searched for eyes on the inside of their skull. This is not something that is well known in Yarnum. Bergenworth kind of tends to keep this kind of stuff to themselves. It's a very taboo subject. You don't think that your fellow hunters, Damon and Samuel, would take kindly to you telling them that this is something you guys have taken part in, because as students of Bergenworth, you are encouraged to seek out Eldritch knowledge, and you have performed these kind of things on dead people, not on the living. So yeah.
Oh,
I would not speak up.
I'll kind of gingerly place the skull down. I'll be like, all that I'm willing to say is that this appears to be some kind of post-mortem procedure. Other than that, I really don't know what else there is to this, really. And I'll kind of just like, nonchalantly, take a couple of steps back.
Mm-hmm.
Should we keep looking in here or look around the graveyard some more and see if we can find any other evidence on where to go?
I'm interested to know if the same type of, what's the word I want here? Kind of searching and or like scratch marks we can find like on the other mausoleum that's across the way.
Yeah.
Like, is this something that's happened?
You can have a look. Door's in a similar state. It's locked. You'd have to pick it in order to get in.
Okay. Yeah, I also have thieves' tools, so I can give that a shot.
Perfect. Go for it. Get your tools out.
My sleight of hand is definitely not as good, though.
Are you sure?
That might do it.
So yeah, so you've seen one of your fellow hunters pick the other lock, and you kind of like give them a little stand back. You get your tools out, and you give it a wee lick, and then stick it in there, and the door just opens right up.
Wonderful. Given that there wasn't a threat in the last door, I kind of just push it open and head inside, hoping that
seems to be similar. Dark, cold, stone coffins, scratches on the walls.
Okay, so similar. Somebody's been around.
Does it look like a same big creature was here?
Looks like it, yeah. Looks as if the scratch marks are the same size, yeah.
Okay.
Shall we crack open a cold one? See what's inside?
That we shall.
Yummy.
It's nothing like sharing a cold one with the boys.
So yeah, if you are lifting coffins, advantage because now you know how heavy they are. You know it's going to take maybe 1 or 2 people to lift. So whoever's lifting, you can roll with advantage, or 2 of you can roll together. It's up to yourselves.
I think we should.
Are we doing rolling together or one with advantage?
It feel like I lost my husband.
Oh my god. Sorry, I had my phone open there. If you could hear.
I think we should. Should we try all rolling together at this time? Because I feel like we might have better odds of.
Let's work together. So everyone do a normal strength.
Yeah,
check then?
just strength check. Yep, go for it. 17. Yep, 6, 15. Oh yeah, yous are fine. So having lifted off the other one in the other mausoleum, you know now how heavy they are, and you know, right, okay, we need to stand here and we need to lower it this time, not just let it drop. And this time you managed to successfully lift and lay the stone top. It doesn't fall and it doesn't crack. And you have opened up, what one? Right, left, middle? What one are you after?
You know, we didn't actually look at the outside of them. We just randomly opened one. So,
so I can tell you
I would probably say we were looking at the middle.
Middle?
But...
Okay. So I can tell you that the signs here, one says Fishing Village, one says Yahargul, and one says Yarnum. You guys don't know what Yahargul is either.
Should we lift up the Yahargul one then?
What a strange
Yeah.
name. I've never
Yeah.
heard of such a place in all my time studying here. Yeah, and let's go for that one, yeah.
Go for that one. Perfect. So open the lid up, and same again. There is a person by the looks of it, wrapped up in cloth. They are larger, though this person seems to be about 7 foot, something like that. Very broad shouldered. It looks as if this person's maybe been crammed into this coffin. Doesn't look like it was maybe made for this size of person.
Are they?
Do we?
I was gonna say, were they buried with anything outside of like kind of like the normal, burial vestments that they might have on? Was there anything in this?
You could give
In this
me
box?
investigation, see if there's anything in with the body.
Yeah, let's see what we get. I got a
12.
12.
So you unwrap the body, and there doesn't seem to be anything that's been, put in there, like coins or keepsake or, something, piece of clothing, anything like that. However, when you do unwrap the body, it looks humanoid, but it almost looks, what's the word I'm looking for? Like pre-human. So the jaws larger than a human. The temple bones, all the bones seem massive compared to like a regular human. So whatever this thing was before it died, it was huge and had a very big bone structure to it.
Can I roll medicine to check if its body proportions were always like this, or if it underwent some kind of transformation?
Yes, now you're thinking. Go for it. Give me medicine or arcana, whatever one you want.
Let's see. So I have a +7 arcana, so I think I'll go for that one.
Yeah, go for it. Oh my god. So,
Dang.
looking at this humanoid creature that's inside the grave, you start to kind of look at the bones and you're like, these are definitely not right. And the closer you get to them, you kind of notice that like the femur doesn't match up with the hip, and the shoulder and the ribs, and everything just looks a bit mishmashed. And then you kind of realize to yourself, this isn't one person. This is a lot of people, larger, that have all been kind of put together.
And I'll relay that information to my peers, and I'll say, well, the reason the reason why this appears so unnatural is because it is just that these appear to be different parts of different bodies just haphazardly strewn together. Although I can scarcely imagine why someone would want to do that. I mean, it's not as if we're trying to create artificial life or something.
Well, if they could do that, it'd be quite an achievement. Something where they'd be showing off, I think.
Or quite an abomination.
Surely so.
Text.
Can I check the hands on this, if they like line up with the size of the scratches on the walls?
Yeah, you go for it. Give me investigation. Fig, would you also give me a perception check while you are outside, please, as well? Investigation, 16, 8. Okay.
8.
So, Fig, as you go to step into the mausoleum, you feel a shove to your back, and you are pushed forward into the mausoleum, and the mausoleum door is slammed behind you, and you hear a something been shoved up against the door. Just in the seconds before the light goes out from outside, you look down at the hands of this creature that's inside the coffin, and then look at the scratch marks all over the walls, and they seem to be of similar size. So you are now all locked inside this mausoleum, and it is dark.
Okay, I'm gonna touch my cage helmet
Mm-hmm.
thing and cast light to it.
Yeah, go for it.
So use my cantrip and just use that then.
Perfect.
So
Looks like you're the brightest bulb in the shed right now.
So
I know that's not the saying. I cannot remember how it goes.
what is it again? I can't remember either. So as the light comes into the room, you kind of like turn around and you're all crammed in here, and you hear a kind of almost a kind of like spitfire kind of noise coming from one of the walls, and you turn around and face the wall that the coffins are pushed up against, and a purple swirling vortex has opened up in that wall, and I need Fig, you first, to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Alright.
18, okie dokies. And then Samuel, please.
Okey-doke. Big
Okay.
old nat 1.
And then Damon, please. Okay, and Thaddeus, please.
Okay, dex save was it? Yeah.
Dex saving throw, yep, please. Okay, so
Oh God.
Samuel, Damon, and Thaddeus, you notice this swirling vortex open up in front of you, and then a huge white clawed hand reaches through and just picks you up like user weeds, just a couple of wee flowers, and pulls you in. Fig, you were quick enough to duck out of the way. However, you are now alone, and the vortex is still swirling in front of you, and all your fellow hunters are gone.
Take me home.
Did I see like anything coming out and grabbing them?
Oh
or-
yeah, you saw all. It was horrifying.
Ah.
I'll stand up and brush off. Just tilt my head. Well, I guess I gotta follow them. I'm just gonna leap.
Leap of faith?
Yeah.
Perfect. So you dive right in, and as you dive in, you see ahead of you through this cosmic tunnel, essentially, your friend still being held by this massive white hand, being dragged down through this tunnel. It's almost like a snake's burrow in the ground, except with the cosmos revolving around it. And you manage to kind of like speed up and catch up to them, and you like grab on to the one of the fingers, so you're just kind of like holding on, and then you all black out. I will now drag you over to the next map, if Roll20 lets me, because sometimes it doesn't let me. Here we go.
It's the most fun way to get a concussion.
Cool. So when you drag your characters into this map, if you can all put yourselves behind the bars over here, if you see me pinging. Oh my god, these are so small! It's me, he's big again.
Let me just drag.
All the enemies are just huge.
They're a bit bigger than you. Not too bad.
We did just find a 7-foot tall person that none of us could identify.
Perhaps we really were all just
Tiny.
massively
So, you all black out, and when you awaken, you are in a cold, damp, dark, dingy dungeon by the looks of it. There is very little light, but by the looks of it, there seems to be some kind of torches and braziers hanging off the walls, and yeah, it's dark.
is my helmet still lit, or did that go out?
I'd say no, because you went unconscious. It's spell ended.
Alrighty.
Do we still have all of our things on us, or are we now just kind of like stripped down to the...
You can check. You can pat yourselves down if you want to.
I
Yeah, so you pick yourselves up and you give yourselves a little pat down, and it seems as if any weapons you had on yourselves have been taken, but things like bags, pouches, anything like that was hidden inside jackets and cloaks still is there, but your weapons aren't with you.
Gotcha.
Are my spellcasting focuses gone?
If you had them on your person, like hidden inside a jacket pocket, then they're still on you.
Okay.
And now, yeah, and as I'm just patting myself down, I realize that that a small satchel that I've been carrying alongside me on my person is still there, and I can't just breathe a sigh of relief.
It's fine.
And I'll gently kind of like reach in and so it's kind of dark, so you won't be able to see it right now. But I produce a kind of like a spherical shaped object from it, and kind of just like clasp onto it tightly.
Perfect. Hey, senor, welcome in.
Are you carrying around a bag of eyes? Out of character.
Sidebar.
Well, that's... Oh boy. So, like, since we still have, kind of our hidden tools and whatnot, does it look like this door, like, is there a door here that would appear to be locked, or is this just, like, iron bars that have been, like, into stone?
So as you get yourself up and you kind of, like, have a wee nosy around your environment, it is a large stone kind of holding area, and in front of you is a large grated bar. However, it looks as if there's a door built in to the actual bar itself. So somewhere that has been opened so they can throw you in, and then closed and then locked.
Gotcha.
As you get up and you go to the bar to inspect it, a large lumbering cloaked figure stamps over barefoot to the bar and just kind of looks, well, you think he's looking in at you, but he's hooded. And as you have a look about, you see another few kind of like circling round the vicinity as well, carrying large sacks on their backs.
And I'll whisper to my peers, I think we found our missing persons here.
At least who took them?
I think we're the missing persons now.
Quite possibly, yes.
If so, I would like to kind of just hello, jailers.
And it just kind of looks over and goes, ugh.
Okay, so does not respond in a language that we can understand.
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, sure, why not?
So
it's a 12.
It seems to have understood you, but maybe doesn't have the means of communicating back to you.
Okay.
Can we look, are we able to see where our missing belongings might be?
Give me investigation, see if you can spot them. There seems to be, directly across from you, another cage that is just kind of like sitting in the middle of the floor at the other end, that has just piles of stuff. Clothes, weapons, books, toys from children.
Children? Okay.
They did say children had been snatched as well.
That's not good.
It does make sense they'd need a smaller cage.
Alright, now, how do we get out of here? And these things don't want to communicate with us, so I doubt they're going to be very friendly.
So from where we are, how much of this area can we see through the door? Is it just like a cone out?
So it's poorly lit, but having been in for a little while, you know that way when you wake up in the middle of the night and it takes you a wee minute for your eyes to adjust to the darkness? It's kind of like that. So now that you've kind of got yourselves up and you've been like milling about for a wee bit, your eyes have started to adjust. So I'd probably say you can see over to this wall here, but you just couldn't see like round the corner or anything like that. So you can see the three figures that are stomping kind of round, just making the rounds, maybe like a what do you call it? Oh, guards, what do they do? Patrol! Patrol! They're doing a patrol.
Gotcha. So one of the things that I can do as an artificer is I can make something create just a noise. Something like a chirp or something, potentially distracting. If we can come up with some kind of plan to whether or not we're going to fight these guys or not. But I think that I can distract them if we would like to go that route.
Well, if you distract them, you can try and unlock this door. Unlock the cage.
And I have Mage Hand, which can probably help us carry a thing or two.
That's actually a really interesting question. So, like, there's right here is just a grate between us and whatever the next room over is, right?
Oh,
would we be able to, like...
it's just a big grate in front of you, sorry. The map's not exactly accurate, but yeah, you're basically in a corner, stone room, big grate in front of you with a door. Metal grated door.
Gotcha. But, like, would we be able to mage hand stuff from, like, this room into, like, through this grate into the little spot where we're hanging out?
So there's not, like, a room in front of you, it's just your grate and then just the area in front of you where the guards are patrolling.
Gotcha.
But you could do anything with the mage hand, you could try, do whatever you want to do with it. Would any of you like to give me a Eldritch insight?
I'll do it.
Yeah. So perception or insight. Oh, cool. So Damon, where are you? So perception or insight, whatever you want. 10. Fig, where are you? There you are. Oh, Thaddeus, wow. Okay, Thaddeus, you are on 2 out of 4. And Samuel, let's see, 12. Okay, so all of you, as your eyes have adjusted and you can now see better, these individuals that are walking around in the formation seem to be probably the right size of the footprints that you've seen outside the graveyard. So the ones that was just like the 2 set of feet that were massive and had sunk in a little. And now having seen the sacks on their backs, you kind of go, ah, okay, so that now makes sense why the footprints disappeared, because what's happened is they've appeared, flung the sack over whoever it is they're kidnapping, and then just picked them up and flung them over their shoulder. Because of the size of them and the strength of them, it's no problem to them. Also, Thaddeus, you would note that the structure of these large things isn't kind of quite right, and they seem to have the same feeling to them as the one that you found in the grave as well. So the kind of mishmash of bones and body parts.
Their shambling gait, their unsteady pace, these things are the exact same as that misshapen skeleton we found back in the crypt. I almost think that if we were to push one over, it might not even be able to get back up, given how wrong and skewed these proportions are. But I'm not going to test that out right now.
Well, I can't do much without my spellcasting focus, so
we
get that.
Selfless, what is your focus?
I don't know what it would be, but it just says arcane focus on
it's
the
something
character sheet.
small, so it could be like a raven skull or like a book. It's something very small, so you probably have it on you. It doesn't look as if these things are intelligent enough to know okay,
Okay.
that is something I need to take off of that person. They just go, big sword, yes, no, and then take that off you, but...
Okay, so I'd be missing my quarterstaff, but probably
Yes.
not something I was holding
Yeah.
in my hand at the time.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. I might just fell.
Actually, hold on. I'm going to make an intelligence check for these things because they might just be like, wood, yes, you know. Intelligence is a +1, 9. Yeah, no, they've taken your quarterstaff, but yeah,
That was the least of my worries. Okay, so then I have quite a few things that I can do. Because I could either catch them on fire, use minor illusion, something to get their attention and distract them. Could I use minor illusion to make it look like one of us was just outside of the cell door?
So minor illusion is
It says it can't be more than 5 feet.
yeah, and it doesn't like talk or anything like that, but yeah, oh sorry, on you go.
I mean, I have the ability to make an object produce a noise, so I can we could do that with like another stone and just huck it.
So is that like thaumaturgy almost, yeah?
Yeah. So
okay. Yeah, I mean, discuss amongst yourselves. Have a hunters meeting.
Well, you could put an illusion out over something and you make it make noise.
If we can get one of them to somehow unlock the door, we have a fighting chance.
Remember, I have...
Or can one of you just pick the lock and we go out guns blazing?
I mean, I have Mage Hand.
Well,
I can maybe try and...
weapons.
I can maybe try and pickpocket one as it walks past with Mage Hand.
Ooh. Get the keys.
I believe we still have our thieves' tools on us as well.
Yes, so they are considered small, and you'd keep them in an inside pocket, so you'd still have them.
So I think our chances of picking the lock are probably pretty high.
I would think so.
Yeah. So we want to just create a small, you know, alarm sound from way over there.
We're just gonna roll some perception checks for the guard, see if they notice you like chattering away. Okay, so the one that kind of walks past you as you're all kind of like having a hush discussion storms over to the bars and just kind of goes "Whoa!" and like bangs violently on the bars and then just kind of keeps on moving, almost as like a warning, like shut up.
Okay. So just give everybody like the thumbs up motion.
No, it's a thumbs up back as well.
Cool. So I will, using magical tinkering, create something akin to a small alarm clock that will make a loud ringing noise, and then just toss that like as far away from us as I can get it in like where's the right button? That button. In like this direction.
Okay, yeah, give me athletics, I suppose it would be if you're tossing it.
Yeah, sure. Let's see how that goes. Bad.
Okay, so
Bad. How that goes.
you make this small alarm clock and you go to throw it, and you throw it and it bangs off the bars and bangs back into the cell with you. Maybe have a couple of seconds to try and stop it from making noise, or
just kick it as hard as I can.
yeah. Just give me another athletics check.
Dear God. Jesus Christ.
No.
You go to kick at it and it hoofs off the bar and like bounces and kicks it at you in the face. I'd probably say this guard's now noticed and has now came over to investigate, but the third guard's still over the other side. And they're just like peering into the cage, like looking at this wee alarm clock vibrating on the floor.
I was here when we got here.
I will pretend to just still be asleep and unconscious.
Okay. give me a performance roll. Fuck it. Let's see how good your acting is.
Oh god. Okay.
Cartoon
Okay.
snoring.
Okay, performance.
Yeah,
performance,
go for it.
Performance. Come on. We're on a bit of a downhill right now.
Yes! I just,
So you're like they're like whoo, whoo, and they're just kind of looking at you as I say
What is going on with you?
cascade of failures.
This is karma for all of our high rolls earlier.
Yeah.
I know it.
You did
I'll
so
just
well.
Just put a hand on Samuel's shoulder. Well, you got their attention.
You're not
Yep.
wrong.
Two of the guards are up at the bars looking into you now, yeah.
Unlock these damn doors. Whatever this noise is driving us all insane.
Yeah, what he said.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh god.
19. So
Oh thank.
the
Screw
guard, this guard here, is kind of like, "Urgh," you know, and kind of like as if to say, yeah, I'm getting annoyed at the noise as well. And it goes to take out his keys and unlock you, and the guard to the right will just intelligence, I suppose. Rolls a 2, so yeah, it just unlocks the bars and steps inside to turn off the alarm clock thing.
All right.
So do we jump him?
You
Would I
have
be able to
I was
shout
going to
as
say,
he-
can I miss firebolt on it?
hold on, firebolt.
Yeah, that's a cantrip,
So
not fireball.
as a close quarters, so you'd need to be careful. But he comes in and bends down and picks up the. So is this an illusion or is it physical when you make it the alarm clock? How does it work?
I gotta fix something.
Yeah, no worries. Samuel, sorry. The alarm clock, is it physical or is it an illusion? So if he goes
Yeah,
to
it's a thing that is just imbued with like a tiny little bit of magic.
all right,
that
so it
allows
is
it to-
physical. Okay,
Yeah, he can like theoretically turn it off.
cool. So this monstrosity bends down, picks it up, and then pulls it forward and just crushes it with his hand. No problem. This thing just crumples, and then it just kind of like drops the bits at your feet and turns round to walk out.
I'd be able to rush out as the door is open.
Give me a athletics check. Probably athletics, maybe. Dex, yeah. Oh no, sorry, acrobatics. Oh my god, you're like a snake. You just kind of like pull yourself in and slither past him, and yeah, you're now outside. And with that, I'd like you all to roll for initiative, please.
Oh boy.
As you have tried to escape the guards.
Right there.
Let's see. So initiative. Oh my goodness, what
Oh.
is happening? 2 critical fails.
Oh,
More than that ones.
That means
Ugh.
has no initiative.
Wait, it's saying no valid token was selected. So I think it might be because my like thing was my character is just a JPEG
Oh.
and not
That's right.
token.
Just roll a d20 on the app. So left hand side, you'll see the wee icons and there's a wee dice. So just
Yeah.
click on that and then click on a d20 once, and then add on your initiative to that and let me know what the number is.
Alright, let me just have a look here. I think my initiative is I've got a -1 to initiative anyway.
Perfect.
D20.
Yes.
Okay, I
a
got a
2.
1. I got a 1.
What is
Don't get any
happening?
better.
Everybody gets a
Oh my god. Right, so demon. Let's see.
So who's got the highest dex? Because that means who gets to go first of going last.
Mm-hmm. Don't know. Who's guy's dex it is?
I've got 16.
Mine's
Okay.
12, but I
I'm
rolled
at
a 16.
Okay, so out of Thaddeus, Samuel, and... Oh wait, it's just Thaddeus and Samuel, isn't it? So Thaddeus, what's your plus to dex?
Sorry. Me, sorry.
Yeah,
It's a -1.
-1. And Samuel, what's yours to dex?
It's a 3.
Okay, so Samuel, you'll be. So Samuel, and then Thaddeus. Okay, so up first is Fig. What would you like to do?
So we saw the weapons were like down in this cage.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm gonna go down there and try and find my weapons first, and then anything that might help them.
Yeah, go for it. So you've probably got enough room to scoot over there. Give me a investigation roll. Move this down a little bit so you can see.
22.
Oh yeah, so you look inside the cage, and your arms are skinny enough. You can reach in, no bother, and you find your weapons along with another couple of things, but you don't think you'll have time to investigate what those things are right now. But you can always come back to them if you survive. And yeah, you managed to pull your weapons out. I'd say that's your action, but if you have any bonus actions you want to do.
I think I'll grabbing our stuff. I'll bonus action with cunning action dash back
Ooh.
towards my friends to hand them out.
Nice. Perfect. So yeah, you managed to grab stuff and scooch your way back over. Cool, so that's your action, bonus action, movement. Damon, you are next. Selfless.
Okay. Was the door unlocked or did it get locked behind?
Oh no, it's open. He stepped in to turn off the alarm, so it's now open. He is currently kind of standing between you and the door. However, Fig, being a wee skinny mini, managed to like sneak past him.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, don't worry. These aren't really to scale, so just let me know where you want to move, and I'll say yay or nay.
But hide them. So Misty Step, because I have that.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And use that as a bonus action.
Perfect.
And if I can move to about here.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then to try to decrease the people in front, I'm going to try to hit that dude again with Firebolt.
Go for it. Ooh, nice. So 11 points of damage. Excellent. So you just Misty Stealth, oh my god. Misty Step yourself over, and it's like, you know when Mikalash comes out the mirror and there's all that kind of smoke around him? It's kind of like that. You just like smoky appear, and then you just hurtle a fireball straight into the back of this thing's head, and it kind of like lurches forward, and you see the top of the coat goes on fire. And as the fire settles and it melts off, underneath it you can see this huge hulking pale-skinned humanoid, and there are stitches all over the back of its skull, its neck, so the head's been attached. This thing's gnarly looking, and it just turns around, it's like towards you. And yeah, anything else you want to do?
I don't know if I have more. I have more movement because I don't know the scale, so I think I'll try to move back a little bit further.
Yeah,
get
that's
some distance between me and it.
Perfect, so that's fine. That's bonus action, and your movement. It's now the Sackmen's turn. So these guys are called the Snatchers. So they'll take their turn just all at the same time, just to kind of save. So this wee bottom one here is going to make its way over to you, Damon. And it's just going to take a wee slashy slash at you. Oh my god, does a nat 20 hit? so sorry.
Yeah, and that 20 hits.
Okay, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 points of the slashing damage straight away. So it's just got these gnarly looking long, like elongated massive claws, and it just swipes across your chest, takes a big chunk out of you. Yeah, it's just gonna do that for the time being. This one that is between the cage and the door is gonna come out and Fig. It's gonna do the same to you. Take a little slashy slash. That is a 4. Hold on, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a 10. No, so it misses. So you being so small and so nimble, it just takes a big swipe at you, and you just manage to duck out of the way. The last one here is actually gonna take a run and a jump and see if it can clear over the bars to get into you guys. So it's that, a 17. So yeah, it just like jumps, and this 7 foot tall massive humanoid then lands down beside you two.
Hello.
And yep, hello. It is going to yeah, it's just gonna take a wee swipe at you, why not? So 16, does that hit? Who's the blue one again?
That would be me, and yes, that meets.
Meets it, cool. So D8. So what's that? 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 points of slashing damage.
Oh, that's nothing.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
I wish I could have said the same.
Yeah, that's 20. I can't even believe that. Cool, so that is the Sackmen's Snatcher's turn. So Samuel, we are on to you.
Cool. I am going to use my Thieves' Tools as a focus to cast Thunder Wave right in front of me to
Excellent.
try to like wang this guy into the wall.
Go
So
for it.
He is.
So what is it, a dex saving throw I do for him, or?
Yep. Should be a.
I think is it
I think it's a con
save?
save.
Was it
Yes,
con?
and
I believe it is a con save.
And I think
Constitution.
I have to make a con save because I'm within a 15
I-
foot cube.
I would line this up so that way the 15-foot cube does not hit
Yeah,
you,
because
but
it's
it is,
yeah, you could do it that way. So a con
So
save.
yeah, I'll just get some distance.
and it's a 15 to save against that.
It rolled a nat 1, so it's a critical fail.
Oh,
Cool. So he's gonna take some damage.
Mm-hmm. Potentially squash, depending on how much damage you do.
So he's gonna take 6 because I rolled like crap.
Cool, 6 points. So yeah, you just like see this large thing, bang, land in front of you, and you're like, hell no, and just blast it with a thunder wave, and it
And
smacks
he's
him.
supposed to,
Mhm.
He's supposed to also be pushed 10 feet away from me.
Well, he's pushed 10 feet, like, kind of into the wall. I suppose it's like an indent, you know, kind of like a cartoon when they fall.
That works.
Cool. Right, so he is, I'd maybe say he's kind of stuck-ish. We'll see how he does in his next round. Cool. Anything else you want to do?
Yes, I would like to move away from him since he is.
Yeah, he won't be able to get an opportunity attack because he's kind of stuck in there. Hey, Elvith,
So I'm gonna
welcome in.
I'm gonna come a little further this way so that way I can give my compatriot some flanking.
Nice. Cool. So that is Thaddeus. Your turn now.
okay. So I will produce my arcane focus from my satchel, which is a skull.
Ooh, very
So
nice.
you know like the Madman's Knowledge skulls is like the ones that have like the frontal area like just completely shattered.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has like a greenish blue haze lingering about where the brain should be. So I hold it up. I hold it up high, and I will cast Acid Splash. And so I'll do a thing where like so you know like Bloodborne and Elden Ring where like you reach up in the air and then you pull down and then just throw like a massive arc of blood in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I'll do
awesome.
that right onto all over its body,
Go for it.
and that is
15. Yep, that definitely hits.
Yes.
And that
alright,
is
and that is 9 acid damage there.
9 acid damage. So what one are you hitting? Sorry.
The one that's stuck in the wall. That Damien just absolutely crippled.
So that is 9, and I'm just gonna take a note of where they are
I'm
positioned.
sorry.
cage, and then we'll say that one is bottom, just so I've got a wee note of their health. Perfect, yeah, so you just see this like arcane focus been raised up, and then the splash, the acid, and the same thing happens as the acid splash hits the face and the body. The coat kind of starts to melt away, and you see more of this kind of like Frankenstein-y body, and it's like different parts have been stitched together, and you can see the different tones of the skin, but because it's so decayed, there's like, you know, grey, different shades of grey, 50 shades of grey essentially on this being. But yeah, it's nasty, gnarly looking, and the eyes are kind of like bulging out. The eyelids have been burnt away from the acid. It's horrible. Cool. Anything else you want to do?
You are one ugly motherfucker. But I will just make some distance and then just I'll keep my distance. Actually, do you know what? I'll do the same that what was it?
Samuel? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll just like retreat back into this cell.
Perfect. Cool. Fig, back to you. Back to the top of the round.
Alright.
So I'd say this guy here is now flanked because you've got Fig, Samuel, and Thaddeus at each side of them.
What do I get for flanking?
Advantage on any attack rolls you're making against them. Ooh. Or fancy.
Yeah, I will pull out my dagger and go in for a stab on him.
Stabbity stab, go for it.
16.
16 hits, yeah. And you're doing piercing damage.
It would also be a sneak attack.
Oh, nice. So what is that altogether?
13.
13 points damage. Perfect, yeah. So you just pull out your dagger, which they didn't take off you, because it was small, concealed, and just jam it under the ribs and give it a wee wiggle about.
Exactly. Would I be able to use my bonus action to like slide their things past this guy to them?
Yeah, give me a let's see, give me acrobatics. Athletics. Give me athletics. See if you can slide across the floor. Oh yeah, no problem. You just you kind of like drop them and then just give them a kick from your foot, and they slide underneath this kind of monster's feet, and yeah, they land at your companion's feet, no problem. Imagine Brawley, thank you for the raid, welcome in. Cool. Anything else you want to do, Fig?
I will stay there to keep it flanking for them.
Excellent. Damien, we're on to you, Selfless.
All right, so I'm gonna try to get some distance between me and the dude in front of me. I'm gonna focus and clap my hands in front of myself to use Thunder Wave at 2nd level.
Oh, 2nd level, nice. Go for it. 15 hits, yep. So that is 14. Excellent. So you just see this kind of like massive wave of purple energy blast out from your hands. And how far back does it push them?
10 feet.
15 or 10. Okay, so I'd probably
10.
say you get them to about like there, roughly. And you just see them kind of like skid across, and the feet kind of leave like a rake across the stone floor because of how heavy he is. Nice. Anything else?
I'm gonna move and try to figure out where I need to move to get a little more distance. I don't want to abandon my friend, so I'll move here, and then that'll be it for this turn.
Perfect, so that is you. So we are on to the Snatcher's turn. Okay, so having just jumped into the cage, this one's now going to try and jump back out of the cage. He's first going to try and like kind of wiggle himself out of the... Yeah, it's fine. 20 he got to get himself out of the wall. And he rolled a 2 to jump over the cage. So what happens is he breaks himself out the wall, kind of like Hulk style, and the wall starts to crumble around him. and then he pulls himself over here to psych himself up to jump over the bars. As he jumps up over the bars, his cloak gets caught on one of the spikes at the top, and he impales himself on the spikes, and he is now pretty much stuck there, and he's going to take some piercing damage. So let's see. As 3 spikes impale through his chest, groin, and leg.
Ouch.
Yep. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and he's dead. Yeah, he's just dead. So you just see you just see the body just go limp after a while, and just the blood start trickling. Well, I say trickling, it's congealed, it's nasty. But yeah, he's dead. This one.
It goes to do that.
I'll turn to the one that we're currently facing. I'll say, I almost feel bad for you. That was quite the performance your friend put up there.
He's just like, cool. Right, so this one here is gonna make an attack. He is gonna... Okay, so I need Samuel and Thaddeus. Could you make dex saving throws for me?
Dex saving throw.
Yes, DC is 15. 12.
I got a 12.
Boy.
Yeah. And 4. Oh shit, okay. Yep.
I got a 4.
So what he does is he drops the sack and takes his right hand and grabs onto his left arm and just tears his arm off and uses the free arm that has now been severed from the body to bludgeon the two of yous with it. So he does a swing with it. And let's see. What's that? So 4, 5, 6. So that is 6 points to Samuel. Bludgeoning damage. And 12, 13, 14 points to Thaddeus.
Oh boy.
Yep, that was a big hit. And then this little sack dude down here, he is going to make his way. I don't think he'll be able to reach you, considering you've like scooted him away so much. Does he have anything that will be used as a distance thing? He does not, so he's just going to use his action to dash over to you, so he's beside you now. And that is the Snatcher's turn. So Samuel, we're on to you.
Cool. What do I want to do here? I am going to... I really don't have a whole lot I can do from this close, unfortunately. So, I'm going to simply try to whack him. So we were tossed on our weapons in it.
They're at your feet, so as a bonus action, you can pick them up.
Yep. I will just quick pick up the quarterstaff that was on my person and give him a bonk with that.
Bonk! Go for it.
That's going to be an 8.
That misses, unfortunately. So yeah, you kind of pick it up, but there's some blood on it, so it kind of like slips out your hand as you go to attack, and you just whiff.
Yeah, that's what we got.
That's all you got?
Would Samuel be
That's all
flanking also?
Yeah, this guy's flanked, yeah. So...
Is that...
You can, advantage, yeah.
Oh, that's advantage. Okay,
Go for it. So swing again.
Oh,
25! So yeah, you missed the first time, and then you kind of like go, and shake a bit of the blood off your hand, and then give it a right good grip, and then just smack him in the side of the head. And this leaves a dent. Like that, the skin and the bone and the flesh is going that kind of soft, mushy kind of way. And yeah, there's just this big dent in the side of his head now. It's gnarly.
Oh, good.
So that is 8 bludgeoning. Nice. Perfect. Right, we're on to Thaddeus. Your turn.
Okay, so given the knowledge that these things are essentially just haphazardly put together Frankenstein.
Oh yeah.
Given the fact that I've just seen one tear off his own arm and use it as a weapon, would I be able to tell if these things count as necrotic?
You would know that straight away. Okay. Yeah, you don't even need to like investigate that. You're basically like, yeah, these are dead people that have all been stitched together.
Yeah, so they count as undead, yeah.
They count as undead, yep.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to the one that just attempted to attack both me and Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
I will lunge forward and I will cast Chill Touch.
Ooh, very nice, yeah.
So I'll kind of like raise my free arm upwards and then kind of do like a lunging jab forwards, and then my hand suddenly just materializes like into this like ethereal, skinny, kind of like feathery black form. So you know, like the arms of Marigold's wet nurse.
Yeah.
The ones that she uses to like wield the blades with. Yeah, I'll just kind of lunge forwards and then attempt to impale him with that arm.
Go for it. I love the flavour, Eden. Very nice.
Thank you. That is.
Oh yeah! Oh my god, that definitely is.
Yeah, 11 necrotic, and now this thing cannot regain any HP until my next turn, and attacks against me have disadvantage.
Amazing. Right, okay, so that's 11. This thing's starting to look real rough. So as you do that, you cut some of the stitches along the kind of chest area and where the kind of like, you know, where the heart essentially would be, and you see like stuff start to kind of like fall out and the stitching starts to burst. You think maybe like a wee bit more and this thing's probably going to fall apart. Cool. Right. Is that you, Thaddeus? Anything else?
Yeah, that will be me, yeah.
Cool. Back to the top of round. Figgity fig.
Alright, I will try and finish this guy off since he's looking weak.
Mm-hmm. Go for it. What would you like to do?
For another dagger attack.
19. Yep, that definitely hits. And a sneak attack as well. So it's 30, so 15, 16, 18. Yeah. Let's see. 18. Let me count that up. Yep, how would you like to do this? So that's another one.
This is like Thaddeus is distracting him with the spell. Like climb up onto his back and then stab in under the chin.
Ooh, right up into the jugular. And yeah, as you do that, you hit something soft. And when you pull your dagger out, whatever it was that you hit just all comes out through the hole that you created and just sloshes onto the floor at your friend's feet. And then it just slumps over onto itself dead. Cool. Anything else you want to do? I should actually delete these ones now that they're down.
Yeah, then I'd run over to help on the last one.
Nice. Delete,
Thank you.
delete.
As will I.
Cool. Right, so it is Fig. So Damon, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna try and slow this one down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, since we got our stuff back, I'll pick up what kind of looks like Rosmarius, or whatever that one is, like a flame sprayer type thing. But instead of spraying flame, I'm going to do
Rays of Frost. Nice. Now, will that hit your friend? What's the radius on that?
Let's see.
So beams.
It's like single target.
Oh, so it's just like pinpoint then? It's not like a cone or... Oh no, I'm thinking a cone of cold. Is that cone of cold?
Frigid beam of blue, white light streaks toward a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On hit, it takes 1d8 cold, but since it's a higher level, it took 2d8.
Perfect, so it's 12.
So it just hits what I aim at. It doesn't hit.
Cool, yeah. Else. So that's fine. So you throw your hand out and the Rays of Frost come out and they hit this being, and you see the skin start to like freeze over, and it turns that kind of like translucent blue kind of colour, and it cracks and kind of goes into the stitches and stuff. Cool. Anything else from yourself? Any bonus actions or?
No, because I considered picking up the weapon a bonus action.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's more flavor than anything, but
yeah. Cool. So
I think that's about all I can do.
Cool.
Hopefully
so final snatcher. He is going to attack you since you were the last one to attack him. Can you give me a dex saving throw, please?
I can.
DC is 15, so that's a fail. So you are gonna
not
take...
one fail. Oh no, not that one.
Where's my d10s? What did I know? Okay, there. That one and that one. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're going to take 7 points of necrotic damage as this being just kind of like lunges his hand towards you and grabs your chest and kind of like gives your chest like a squeeze and almost pierces flesh, but you feel this like sickening wave of necrotic energy dash through you, through your chest and your bones, and it feels horrible. Is he gonna do anything else? Yes, he's gonna take a wee swing at you with his other arm. So, what's that? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14? Does a 14 hit you?
Meets it, beats it.
Meets it, beats it. Okay, so 1d8 plus 3. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 points of bludgeoning damage with his other arm that just comes around and smacks you on the cage. Just kind of rattles your head amongst the cage. Cool. That is the Snatcher's turn. Samuel, it's your turn.
Cool.
Please kill this thing.
It's looking okay for the time being.
Well, let's do this then. I'm going to go ahead and cast Scorching Ray at it.
Nice.
All three, I produce a little thing that kind of looks like a flame sprayer, but almost like with a wider end on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go ahead and shoot him with all three flame
rays.
sprayer beams. So
Go for it.
1, 2,
Oh!
and 3.
They all... Oh no, wait, the last one misses, unfortunately. So it's at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14 to him.
So that is 34. He's still hanging in there. But yet you shoot out the rays, and with the 3 rays that has covered this thing, the whole exterior cloak, sack, everything just melts away, and you now get to see the entirety of this thing's form. Have you guys ever seen Prometheus? The engineers from Prometheus? Think that size, that kind of shape of body, but just all stitched together with different parts of beings. It is nasty looking. And yeah, he's standing there butt naked and rather crispy looking, rather burnt. Anything else you want to do?
I will move forward a little bit just to make sure that I'm up here. But that's all I got.
That's you. So Samuel, Thaddeus, we're on to you.
Okay, now I'm noticing that there's what appears to be a butcher's knife on the table there. Is that part of the map, or is that actually in the setting itself?
Oh, this place looks like a bit of a slaughterhouse in the middle. Yeah, there's like instruments of, let's say instruments you're familiar with, cadaver stuff.
Mm.
So like bone saws and, you know, things for peeling skin back, stuff like that.
Okay, so would I be able to tell if it has any like visible like stitches or any like weak points around about its legs?
Oh yeah, you can see the stitches. So from the looks of it, it looks as if this thing has had its feet sewn on, so it's 2 different feet. Then there's like an incision round the kneecap, so the kind of calves, and then the thigh, and then the jaw. So it's all kind of like mishmashy looking.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to the table, grab and just grab a bone saw, butchering knife, whatever I can find.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna specifically take a swing on its at one of its legs.
Yeah, go for it. So if you're targeting a specific point, it would be just an attack roll against whatever bit you're going for.
Attack roll. Okay, so let me just.
So just
yeah.
D20 plus your dex probably.
D20 plus dex. Okay.
Yeah, if you're going for a specific bit,
yeah.
you try to be a bit more. 9. I mean,
it's
not really hard to hit this thing now that it's so exposed. You feel as if the cloak maybe gave it a bit of protection. So yeah, I'd say with a 9, you managed to hit it. Roll your damage.
Okay. What what damage die would I roll?
So
for,
this would be
like,
slashing, if you're kind of like slashing at tendons and what do you call it? Stitching. So probably a 1d8 plus 3, probably something like that.
1d8, yeah, okay, 1d8 plus 3. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, max
So
damage.
8, 9, 10,
So
11.
11 slashing damage, yeah.
Right, let me count this up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, how do you want to do this?
Oh. Okay. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna like I'll just kind of like position the position the knife in my hands
Mm-hmm.
and kind of just like you know you know like I don't know if you've ever watched Demon Slayer, but you know how like you know how they can just cut up like the demons just like
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll just like go full. I'll basically just do waterfowl dance on this thing. Like
Excellent.
I just start hacking away like blindingly fast.
So as you kind of cut the ankle and the feet give way and this thing starts to fall, you then take the knife and kind of do the same, moving your way up the body. So you go for the knees, you go for the thigh, you go for the chest. And essentially what happens is this thing, like a Rubik's Cube that has fell apart, just like and falls apart at your feet just in bits, essentially. And yeah, that is the Snatchers. Dead. All dead, all done.
And I'll place that, and I'll place the knife back on the table. And I'll be, and I'll be like, well, you do a year or two in surgery, and that's what that gets you.
Some of us couldn't go to fancy medical school.
I don't know about you all, but I could really use a rest.
That's good, I.
Actually, Julio, give me a... hold on, let's see.
Hey, what you broke up a little bit there.
Give me a history check real quick.
I think I can do that.
Yeah, give me history.
That's a nat 20.
Okay, so you work for the Powder Keg Hunters, and you tend to socialise with other hunter groups. The likes of Selfless's group, for example, the old hunters. You've maybe been drinking buddies, you know, back in the day, but you've been too drunk to, you know, recognise each other. However, you remember that your kind of elders and people that you've trained with have always told you, stay away from people from Bergenworth. They're mad, they're bad news, they do things that are unethical to try and manipulate either the boundaries of kind of reality or to try and understand things and contact things from outside of your realm. And a lot of people aren't happy about it because a lot of people have the feeling of, well, if you're putting signals out there to unknown beings, you don't know what you're going to get back, and they're kind of inviting it almost. But this is kind of the first time you've ever had interactions with anyone from Bergenworth, so you're kind of like, why were they invited along to this?
Okay. Just kind of give Thaddeus just a little bit of a nasty glance. Give him a little side eye.
Do I notice this or
Give me a perception check.
perception?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
18.
Yeah, he seems like this kind of disgusted look just kind of washes over his face, and his kind of eyebrows knit together, and yeah, you do notice it.
Why the long face?
You seem to be a little too comfortable with all of this.
Oh, it's really just part of the course syllabus that we study there, I suppose. It's something I've become normalized to, I suppose.
That's unsettling to say the least.
Oh, don't worry not. It's like that for everyone initially. Give it maybe a couple of minutes or two, and you'll become relatively well acquainted with it, I assure you. And don't worry, these are strange and unnatural powers that you may see me channel and use. These are all for whatever enemies may come our way. I assure you, none of these will be pointed towards you.
I was not worried about that, but all I need is this, and I produce like a little lighter and just kind of flick it so it produces a little flame.
Nice.
So, what else is, now that we've kind of cleared out our captors,
Mm-hmm.
can we take a look around for things that might be useful?
Yeah, you certainly can. Give me just to describe to me what you're wanting to do.
I'm looking for a firearm in particular.
Firearm. Oh, right. Okay. So, you've noticed that the cage over here seems to have the biggest majority of piles of stuff. You'd need to go over, and if you want to get a right good rummage through it, unlock it, and then do investigation. You can either have a look for keys or try and break the lock or lockpick it, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I would say that I would grab the keys off of the gentleman who died kind of over here because we knew he had.
You can see the one that's like dangling from the spikes on the, what do you call it, on the bars. And you just see the keys just kind of like dangling down from the body. A little bit gooey, covered in blood, but you managed to grab them and shake them off.
Yeah, as long as they still fit in the lock.
Mm-hmm. So you take them over, and there's a couple of keys attached to it, so you think it's maybe for different cages. It takes you a couple of keys to try and get the right one, but eventually you get it and it unlocks and the door opens and there's a massive pile of just stuff. It looks as if these people have been, well, you know from what German told you, these kidnappings have been happening for quite a while now, and yeah, it seems as if they've kidnapped quite a few people. There's just loads and loads of stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking in particularly for either a pistol or a long gun that I can use.
Give me a investigation check, please.
Doke. Investigation.
16. So, as you're kind of rummaging through, you put your hand on a belt and you pull it free, and attached to the belt is like a musket almost, so kind of old-fashioned. There seems to be a part at the top that you think you could light, and yeah, seems to be functional, doesn't look broken or damaged in any way. Quite old-fashioned, a bit kind of older than what you're used to, but it looks functional.
Perfect. Yeah, I will take that, and if there's anything else that looks like it would be useful for my compatriots, I'll kind of try to toss those things back towards them as we're rooting for.
So you find a
this
couple of
pile of junk.
yeah, you find a couple of throwing knives, couple of kind of like bits that are maybe like from thieving toolkits and stuff like that. Yeah, just kind of odds and ends.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So
I'd like to look around to see if we recognize any of the missing persons that we were investigating.
So, as you're kind of like wandering around, over at the back of the cage that had all the items in it seems to be a pile with bodies in there. Can have a wee nosy there. Give me investigation if you want to. 11. So it's hard to kind of see who's who particularly because they're all kind of like chopped up. There's limbs missing, heads missing. This kind of looks as if it is maybe the dispose pile, like the pile of stuff that they aren't using. But it looks as if there's, you know, male, female, all different ages. So you think this is maybe some of the missing people.
Does it look like they're the spare parts that, like the missing parts look like the spare parts that were made for the jailers? Or the snatchers?
Give me a Eldritch insight check. Anyone that wants to do it, either insight or perception.
I've been doing horrible on insight all night.
It's
But
not.
that's 3 of them for me.
Woohoo! Samuel,
There's a nat
wow.
20.
It's
It's either a
insane.
1 or a nat 20. There's 2 now.
Fag. Yep. Where are you? Cool. And Thaddeus, do you want to do one as well?
Yeah, I'll do another Eldritch Insight. Let me just wait for this to load.
No worries.
Insight.
So, Damon, you're on 1 out of 4. Fig, you're on 2 out of 4. Samuel, you're on 2 out of 4. And Thaddeus, you're on 3 out of 4. So, Thaddeus, Fig, and Samuel, as you are looking at these bodies, and you kind of see the bits that are missing from them, arms, legs, heads, torsos, all that stuff. You look at them, and the way that they've been cut, they're all kind of cut the same way. You know, it's as if it's something that's been, you know, perfected over time. So it's, you know, always the cut on the arm is below the elbow, always the cut lower is above the wrist, on the knee is below the kneecap, at the foot it is above the ankle. So they're all cut the exact same, and they seem to be cut with precision as well. However, it doesn't match the size of the beings that you just fought. So the beings were similarly stitched together at the exact same points, but it looks as if the parts that have been cut off have been altered, potentially magically or through some means of something otherworldly, and then stitched together to make these other beings.
These have all been amputated to surgical precision, but they do not match that of our captors. I fear there may be a more sinister motive behind this.
Well, should we have a look around, see if we can find anything else in here, and then try to find a way out?
Actually, yeah, that sacrificial altar kind of circle thing over there by the coast. Could I, could I? So what would I have to roll to have a look at that and examine that?
So as you approach it, it doesn't look like this in game. That's just the map. It is a large metal table with 2 holes at the top, and one at the top, one at the bottom, and there are surgical tools lined kind of like around it. You would recognize this from your studies in Bergenworth as something very similar that you would have used when you were doing your excavation, shall we say, of bodies. And give me a investigation roll.
Investigation.
9. Okay, it's not hard to. No, it's not a hard check at all. It's only if you rolled in that one. There is a small black book on the table, and you notice the book, and on the cover of it seems to be the imprint of a Carol rune that you are very, very familiar with. This seems to be the symbol of the Bergenworth scholar that was your mentor.
And I just kind of like regard this, and then kind of like almost kind of like just like you know, kind of like shake my head a little, rub my eyes just to make sure I'm not seeing things, and then I'm like, My God, this is the work of Professor Carroll. He couldn't have befallen such a similar fate, could he? God above, no, he can't have. And then I'll flick through the pages to see what's inside.
So as you flick through the pages, the first couple of pages seem to be quite coherent. Talks about his studies, his work, his students, and just kind of like everyday life in Bergenworth and what they do. And then as you flick further and further through the pages, it becomes ramblings. The words don't seem to make sense. The words then slowly turn into symbols, and there's just like, you know, these runes scribbled all over the pages. And then the last couple of pages is just scratching, scribbling, nothing makes sense. And it's very unlike your mentor, because he was always one for being professional and everything in its place. And yeah, it's just quite disheartening and quite what's the word I'm looking for? Distressing to see your mentors writing like this.
I'll close the book and I'll kind of like tuck it away in one of my pockets, but I'm still kind of, I'll return to everyone else, but kind of like visibly a bit shaken.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of just like muttering to myself, like, no, he can't be. Why? How could this be? Why?
Is everything all right?
Yes, I just happened upon a memento of someone rather close and dear to me, and it's not one of the good kind. I fear he might have befallen a similar fate of the people here, of the victims here, rather.
Let's hope.
What kind
There's.
of fate?
Go ahead.
I'm just asking what type of fate your friend might have befallen. And it seems like something that we should all be appraised of if we were to continue this adventure.
I'll produce the journal and I'll flick through the pages and show it to my compatriots, and I'll explain to them this was the work of my mentor, Professor Carroll of Bergenworth Academy. I studied the arcane arts under him, and he developed a language, so to speak, one that transcribed the speech and sounds of higher beings from a greater plane. He called them Carol. He called them Carol runes after himself. I remember during one of his lectures, he told us to see but not with our eyes, and hear but not with our ears. Nobody understood a thing he said back then, but that was because his course syllabus was so complicated. Now nobody understands him because he started rambling like a madman. And then I'll flick towards the later pages that show his slow descent into insanity.
And as Thaddeus is telling you this, not a lot of it makes sense to you. You're kind of like, okay, you know, because you're not too sure what the Bergenworthians do at the school, you know. You've only heard kind of rumours. With your insight earlier on, though, Samuel, you're definitely starting to get kind of a weird vibe of this kind of whole situation.
Heebie-jeebies.
Hmm.
Okay.
This whole situation seems maddening.
And that alone barely begins to even describe it.
Cool.
Yeah,
so, Fig, what are you doing?
I think while this was going on, Fig would have been searching around for the exit.
Mm-hmm.
For
Cool.
when we needed.
Yeah, so you kind of have a look around, and to the bottom left here, past the dispose pile, you see a long corridor that seems to kind of snake off up to the right, and there's braziers that are lighting the way. However, before you decide to do anything, we shall take a 10-minute break. So that is 5 past the hour just now, so we'll come back at 15:15. Are you guys character-wise wanting to take a short or long rest?
I would like to take a short rest at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would prefer a long rest.
Mhm.
That way it gives me the chance to do a few more things than just
Cool.
getting some
If you guys need it, it's totally fine with me.
Are
Yeah,
you
need
wanting
anything.
to do anything in preparation before you do a long rest? Are you taking watch? Are you setting anything up?
definitely setting a watch, 100%.
Cool.
Can rotate through that. But
So-
everything that I need to do is at the end of a long rest. So
Cool. So there's 4 of you, so you could do like 1 hour, like or 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours watches each. So if you just want to decide between you who takes the first 2 hours, next 2 hours, da 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 da.
I'll take the first one.
First one, cool.
I'll do
I
the
don't
second.
need the rest.
I'll
You
I will take third watch then.
and Selfless, you'll take 4th. Okay, so just give me in order perception checks for all of yous. So whoever's doing the first watch. Cool, that's fine. Fig. Thaddeus, cool. Samuel, cool. And Dave, nice rolls. So yeah, you kind of decide that you're safe enough here. You've been kind of milling about for a little bit. Nothing's came, nothing's annoyed you. Everything else seems to be dead. And yeah, you take a watch each and seems to go smoothly. Cool, right. We will 10-minute break away. I'll get yous back at 1:15.
I actually had something for during my watch.
Mhm.
So while the rest of them are resting, would I have been able to like look at the bodies of these 3 that we, or the 2 that we took out?
Yeah. So the 3 bodies are still there. 2 of them are still intact. And then there is the one that is in kind of like cubes, I suppose we should say, because Thaddeus cut the stitching where he did.
If I pull the hoods back, do they have eyes?
So they do. They are blackened. So it seems as if the iris is the black bit of the eye, isn't it? There's that different iris.
That's the
Pupil.
iris is the
Pupil.
color.
Sorry, the pupil. Yeah.
That's-
It seems as if the pupil has enlarged and has taken over the majority of the eye. You can only see really the whites of the eyes if you kind of open the eye really, really wide.
Well, while they're resting, I would like to cut out the eyes.
Yeah. Give me a. Ooh, how are you doing it? Are you just like jabbing a knife in there? Are you trying to be careful? How are you trying to take them out?
Well, I would like them to stay intact.
So you're kind of doing it a bit more precisely, I suppose. Give
A little
me.
bit.
Let me see. Would you like to do either a kind of dex roll or a kind of medicine roll? So like a wisdom or dex based.
Dex.
Dex space, cool. So give me a acrobatics, I suppose. See if you can like gently take them out. Oh yeah, no problem. So you kind of you actually just use your finger, and you just hold the eyelid and gently push your finger up under the eyelid and then kind of hook it round behind the eye and then just pull it out. It comes out and the orbital kind of cord is there, and you just lightly snip it and you now have one full eye in your eye. In your hand.
Perfect. I'm just gonna pocket it.
Yeah.
Hold on to it for now.
Perfect. Is there anything else anyone wants to do during their watches?
Yes.
Yep.
So I want to take the time with the musket I found to use one of my artillerist abilities to carve some runes into that, so that I
Ooh.
can use it as an arcane focus, and that will give me an extra D8 to any spells that I cast through it.
Perfect.
And
As
then
oh no, on you go.
Yep, there's one other thing. I just want to also infuse this now magical item with the enhanced arcane focus artificer infusion
Mhm.
to give me a +1 bonus to spell attacks through using this as a focus.
Nice, cool. As you're doing this, give me an Eldritch Insight check on this musket that you've found. So either Insight or a Perception.
Sure. Well, let's go with insight. That's
4.
a nat 1.
So, as you are carving your own runes onto this to enhance the weapon, on the butt of the musket is a rune already carved. However, you do not know what it says.
Okay, cool. But I should spend a little bit of time just attaching some things here and there, like a second barrel, things that might look like they are not necessarily totally useful, but
Mhm.
give it a little flair.
Hmm. Perfect. Anyone else? Selfless, you want to do anything?
Yeah, I'd just like to check around and see if I find any useful items during my watch. Maybe rummage through clothes or bodies to see if I find any, like, more blood vials or anything.
Give me investigation. 6. You find a nice ring. You think it might be worth a couple of gold, perhaps? A nice insignet ring of some sort.
Alright.
Cool. And Thaddeus, you want to do anything on your rest? Your watch, sorry. your watch.
Yeah. So this is more as like a roleplay flavor thing, but while I'm awake, I'm just kind of like like anxiously, nervously, like and like uneasily looking around. I'll produce a small dark red crimson bottle from one of the many pockets in my cloak, and I'll bite around the cork and pull it out, and then pull it out with my teeth, spit out the cork, and then just start glugging down this. I'll just start glugging down this bottle. It's basically a sedative, like you know the sedatives they use to yeah, it's basically just that, because like right now like Thaddeus, his head is like running right now, and he needs something to calm himself down.
Okay. I would say, because you've added so much flavour, for the duration of your stay in this realm, wherever it may be, you have advantage on anything that can frighten or charm you because you've taken this sedative.
Oh, sweet.
You have calmed your nervousness to the state where you think, no matter what I see, no matter how horrifying it might be, I'll manage to, pull through. Cool. Right, yous all wake up. You're all feeling fresh, popping fresh. You got your hit points back. If you need to attune any spells, you can do that. And yeah, you see the corridor with the braziers lighting the way, and seems to be no one's came in those 8 hours.
It's either very good or very bad.
Good point. So who wants to go first up the creepy staircase at the end of the hallway?
It's rather creepy looking, yeah.
We all gotta go at some point, right? We can't just stay here.
I should be happy to lead the way if no one else is willing.
By all means.
I'll head up with you.
Heading on up.
And yeah.
Cool. So as you travel up, seems to be a long corridor, braziers at each side, and then no door, just a staircase that kind of looks as if it winds round and goes up the way.
As they say, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Going on up.
Head up the staircase.
So head up the staircase, kind of go round and round and round a few times, and then you reach the top, and there is a large wooden door.
Doors. It's always the
Is it-
doors.
See if it's locked.
Yeah, is it locked?
You can give the door a wee jingle, and it seems to be locked. Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's see if we can't pick that lock. Unless there's any objections.
Yeah, go for it.
None here.
Okay.
By all means.
4.
That one.
So you pop your tools in and they break, unfortunately. You just kind of jammed it in there a bit too quickly and you hear the kind of crack and you pull it out and it's all kind of bent and broken.
You should have
Thank God I
spit
had-
first.
Thank God I just made a new arcane focus.
Could I try and
Well-
just kick it? Can I just try and kick it down? Because I feel like that is like he's kind of high on sedative right now, so he's a little bit
Yeah, you could
So
give
would I be able
me
to just-
my god. Let's see. Athletics. Give me athletics check.
Athletics.
See how strong you are.
Athletics.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
13?
13.
So you kick the door as hard as you can, and the lock buckles. So it's not quite all the way off, but it looks pretty busted.
Gentlemen, shall we try the Snatcher's keys?
You know, I'm genuinely amazed we didn't think of that prior to this.
Probably
You were
the
holding on to
smartest
that one,
option.
weren't you?
That you guys were just having fun, but we have some keys. Why don't we try a few of them and see what happens?
So yeah,
as you,
takes
as you wish.
Correct.
takes you a couple of minutes to kind of rake through the keys, and also because the latch is kind of like hanging to one side now. But eventually you find the right key and you pop it in and seems to unlock.
As I'm jamming this key into the broken lock, I just glare. Side eye, like, really? You had to kick this?
and I'm just standing there like, yeah, the door, I had it coming. Yeah. I'm just
It
still-
was standing there menacingly.
It's coming right at us.
So yeah, the door opens, and at the other side of the door seems to be another set of stairs. This time it is a winding staircase going down.
Wait. Okay.
and
So we just.
Bing bong!
So we went. Yeah. Sorry. So we just we went up and now we have to go back down.
I glance back cautiously behind me to make sure we're not being caught in like a PT loop here.
Give me perception.
Perception.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a 4.
Just looks like another set of stairs, like...
Well, tally ho.
Is the area well lit? Can like we see pretty decently? Or
I mean, there's braziers all on the walls, so yeah, it's quite well lit, this area. It's not as dark as it was in your cell.
Shall we? I
Mm,
mean, we've got no other choice, do we?
It seems like the only path forward is, well, the path we just came from.
And we
Or
know
at
what's
least-
back there.
Let's head out.
Yep, so we
Head
head
on.
down the new set of stairs.
Cool.
Mm.
So you get to the top and you walk through the door and you go to the winding staircase that goes down this time. You go down, 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 reach the bottom, and you are back at the bottom of the stairs that you just went up.
Thaddeus is
What?
like. Thaddeus is like he's like high out of his mind right now at this revelation. He's just standing there. It's like, but we just went up the stairs. How did we?
Is it the exact same, or does it just look the same?
You can give me just a flat intelligence check.
Oh boy.
You're
I
like-
have none.
You can,
You're like, duh, looks same.
oh, good. Okay. Do any of these waterways lead anywhere? Like, if we come back down out here, do we Does it look like any of these waterways go anywhere?
You had a kind of like a look around when you were after you'd killed the beasts, the things that were
Yeah.
all sewn together, and your rest. It just looks as if they're kind of like leaks that are coming in from somewhere. It doesn't look as if it's anything, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back up the stairway, but look slowly at the walls for any switches or buttons that.
Yeah, give me an investigation if you're looking at the walls and stuff. Cool. So you go up and you look at the braziers and you can like have a feel round, see if there's any kind of like latches or switches, and doesn't seem to be anything on the walls, no.
Let's do the same trick that we did earlier. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic
Mhm.
in this stairwell. Am I getting like a sense of a direction for?
Give
if there's
me
any-
Arcana check.
That's a 13.
Yeah, so you kind of like cast your arcane out, and you feel a familiar arcane kind of warm, tingly feeling, specifically coming from the door.
Okay. So yeah, I start kind of investigating this door a little bit. I feel everybody in the something about this door isn't right.
So as you now approach the door and kind of investigate it a bit more, you notice there is a plaque above the door, and it says, "In common, grant us eyes."
That's a weird thing to put on a plaque.
Thaddeus, would you like to give me a history check, please?
Okay.
With advantage.
Advantage. Okay.
Yeah, because this is a saying that you are somewhat familiar with.
That is a 15.
15.
With
So
advantage.
this is something that you have had a little bit of experience with from where you're from in Bergenworth, and the term grant as eyes is kind of said to like students and teachers and mentors alike, kind of like as a greeting, but also as a kind of, you know, remember you're here for something, to learn something, and you are better than others.
So like upon seeing that plaque and that, and you know, and that quote, like that kind of like jolts me out of my my stupor of being hypersensitive, and I'm like, this saying, I remember this from my time at the academy. I sense this might be the work of someone from my own institute. Do we have anything pertaining to eyes that we might have come across?
Nothing that I've picked up, but what is it that you study that could possibly require an eye?
Oh, it's the outer reaches of the cosmos, what might be lurking there, and possible ways to establish communication with them. I'd be happy to show you my course syllabus sometime, if you'd be interested.
That sounds a bit dangerous, don't you think?
Oh, it is. It doesn't come without its risks. We've had 2 or 3 students go absolutely insane within the first 2 weeks, and I'm not talking about workload either. It's not a course for everyone. I'll admit that. But once you prove your worth, it is highly rewarding, I must say.
Well, I think I'll stick to the beasts. At least I can understand them.
Very well, as you wish. But so will we have, like, so from like a player perspective, will we have come across anything like related to eyes so far from in this like this kind of like dungeon cell kind of like?
No, not that you. So you think this is This is... So the creatures that you fought were not that intelligent. And they were used as guards. And then obviously you have the common people that have been brought here to be chopped up and then made into these other things. So this, whatever this door is maybe there because lesser intelligent creatures wouldn't be able to get through it.
I'll draw. So I think I have some. I think I have. Where is it? I think I have some ink on me. So or rather, I thought I did. Turns out I do not. Would I be able to just like return back to where the bodies were dumped and just like among the the viscera? Like if I can find any like fresh blood, is there any fresh blood that would still be remaining there?
It's congealed, old. It's not. There's nothing fresh. It looks as if you guys were the freshest thing in here. Yous were next. But everything else seems to be maybe a bit older, couple of weeks, stuff like that.
I'll scoop up a handful of the congealed blood, return back to the door, and then I'll dip my fingers in it and then draw an eye, like trace an eye on the plaque, let's say. Does anything happen?
It doesn't seem to do anything.
So was it a stone plaque that said "Give us eyes"?
Grant us eyes. So it's
Grant us eyes.
yeah, so it's like a stone archway, wooden door, and then carved into the stone plaque above it says "Grant us eyes."
Is there like a depression in the plaque that it looks like something might fit in it? Like I'm essentially trying to ask, do we have to go gouge out somebody else's eye and stick it in?
No, it's literally like a flat plaque, and it says "Grant us eyes." It doesn't look as if there's any like place to slot things in or like a keyhole or anything like that. It's the door itself seems to have some kind of magical property to it. You just need to figure out how to pass through.
This would be an actual complicated door.
I mean, out of character, there is like a continuation of that saying from the game, but my character wouldn't know what that was.
Yeah, and here it doesn't look. I'll tell you, this puzzle doesn't have the continuation.
Okay.
It's just you walk up, and if you don't do what the doors want you to do, you then just like a mirror image essentially.
I'll walk through the door, but I'll cover my eyes with my hands. I'll try that.
Okay, so as you do that, you feel a wash over you, but then you come back down the stairs again.
Oh, okay.
So you feel as if maybe something you did there worked.
And I'll be like, oh, well, gents, I think that did something. I felt a tingle of some sort. Maybe we all need to blindfold ourselves to get through.
Well, at this point, there's nothing else to lose.
Worth a shot, I suppose.
Let's give it a try.
Okay, so describe to me what you're doing.
Take like a
Yes.
piece of cloth.
Mhm.
I would take like a piece of cloth and just tie it around my head, covering my eyes with that.
Cool.
On this side of the door.
And yeah, I'll do that as well.
Cool.
Same.
Let's shut the door first, then do that. Open the door.
Yeah.
Go through the thing.
Okay, and then are you all just kind of like walking forward through the door, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So you blindfold yourselves, walk through the door, and you all get that same kind of sense of a kind of like wash of this cold kind of arcane energy wash over you. But then you feel yourself going down again, and take your blindfolds off, and you're back at the bottom of the stairs again.
Well, I think we're doing something right. We just need to figure out what the rest of it is.
Hmm.
Probably like a super simple puzzle we just can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. The easiest puzzles are always the hardest.
Yeah, they really are.
Because we tend to overthink it.
Well, we can't really gouge out our eyes because that would severely impede our
Right.
Hmm?
Can I whisper, "Fear the old blood"? The door.
I was thinking that.
Fear the old blood to the door. Like, the door suddenly shuts itself. No, I'm kidding. Ooh.
Okay, so the less we see, the more we feel.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens if we close our eyes and just stand in the door frame and try to concentrate on that feeling?
Give me a Eldritch insight check. It'll be perception because you're closing your eyes, so it won't be insight. So give me an Eldritch perception check. 6.
That maxes me on mine.
Yeah. So you close your eyes, you stand in the doorway, and you get that same kind of like hum of that kind of cold arcane energy wash over you. You feel as if it's just there's something you're not doing, but you're close.
I can't figure this out.
Maybe we cover our ears as well as our eyes?
No.
Maybe instead of walking through, we just turn around as we go in it.
Yeah,
Worth a
we
try.
walk back. Yeah, give it a shot.
Worth a try.
Okay, so describe to me what you're doing, Damien.
As I go through like the doorway,
Mm-hmm.
instead of continuing forward, I'll turn around and see if anything happens, like wait for that feeling and then turn the opposite direction and walk.
So your eyes are covered or not covered?
They'll be covered because that's the only time we felt the feeling.
Okay, so you go up to the door, your eyes are covered, you go to the door, and then you turn round.
Yeah, as soon as I feel the feeling that
Uh,
we've had, I go back the way I came instead of forward.
oh, so back like down the side you just came from.
Yeah, kind of. To see if it does anything different.
You get the tingle in the doorway, and then as soon as you go the way you just came from, the feeling fades.
Okay. Well, that didn't work, y'all.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So the information you have so far is blindfolding yourselves seems to give off some kind of feeling. The two sides, or the pocket dimension, whatever it is you're in, seem to be mirrored. And blindfolding yourself up the top, but then walking down the same bit that you just came from didn't seem to work.
Well, we're all gonna die here.
Could I, Glenn?
Well, I was going to save this for later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try walking through the door the same way again, but I'm gonna eat the Snatcher's Eye that I plucked
Ooh,
out.
okay. Oh. Give me a Constitution saving throw. So you chug this thing down, and it is nasty, like you gag. It's when you crunch through it, it kind of like bursts, and this kind of sour, decayed liquid pours into your mouth. And you go up to the door, close your eyes, walk through, and you walk down the stairs again to the bottom to meet your friends.
Well, that was just disgusting.
I'm like, have I made this too hard?
What did you eat? No, we're probably just way over complicating this thing.
Maybe if we so how about we all four? I suggest all four of us stand in the doorway at the same time, blindfolded, and maybe all four of us step through it at the same time. If maybe it's that.
I should mention the doorway is like wide enough for one person.
Oh, so one person only.
Yeah, you would know that like when you go up and stand at it, you're like, oh, one person can go in at a time.
Okay, so
If I just stand there, right, blindfolded, if I just stand in the doorway and I don't move, and I just continuously let that arcane feeling just tingle in me, does anything happen if I stand there and just let it linger?
It's the same feeling. Like it just stands there, it just waves over and over and over. It feels slightly stronger to you because of your kind of like time in Bergenworth, but it just stays there consistently.
Did any of you Bergenworth scholars know anything?
This is way beyond. This is way beyond my depth. Usually this is. Usually something like this would only be used to protect something that was of utmost secrecy, and even then I've not seen it at my time before at Bergenworth.
I'd like to phone a friend.
Now call for the 50-50.
Oh, Cham says it's time to prove your Bergenworth. Am I right? Fuck's sake, Cham.
He takes 5 points of shame damage.
A Cham casting vicious mockery from the channel. He's not even here.
Oh god. Okay. Could I roll Arcana then? As I'm just if I stand there and let that feeling wash over me. Just
Yeah. Cast Arcana.
Yeah.
11.
11. Yeah.
So you're on the right track. You know that this is something above your pay grade. Essentially, this is for not students. This is something that like Master Willem would have kind of partaken in. Your mentor would have taken part in something like this. So you feel as if this is kind of like a trick that, you know, higher ups kind of do to keep students out of places they shouldn't go, essentially. You know, stay out of the West Wing, and they put this on the door, kind of thing.
Well, it's above his pay grade. How are us lowly hunters gonna figure it out?
Gotta use them brain juices.
Could I so do I recall can I roll a history can I roll history to see if I can remember any maybe if I heard in passing, or maybe if I eavesdropped on a conversation from any professors and lecturers about this specific mechanism, or
Yeah, I'll be quite high DC, but go for it. Give me history.
Okay, it's all resting on this history, and I got an 8.
Yeah.
Oh, that ain't going nowhere.
You've heard like mumblings about, you know, goddamn students going places they shouldn't, and, you know, got that new device on the door, but that's pretty much it.
So, is there any? Can I look to see if there's any mechanisms or
You
whatever
checked
around the door frame or on the door frame itself?
You checked earlier when you were going up, and there was nothing on the
Yeah,
walls.
nothing.
Yeah, there was nothing. It just seems as if this door has a magical property to it. I think I've made this too hard.
I'm trying to. One, I don't know what my character doesn't know since he's not related to Bergenworth at all.
I mean, you can ask, like, if there's anything you think would help, like, and I'll say yay or nay, you know.
Is it as simple as just covering our eyes and then believing the stairs continue to go up and then just trying? Because that's what Sam's trying to do right now.
You could try, like.
Well, I think that gives me the answer. God damn.
Why can't we figure out a door? What brain damage did I suffer?
Oh my
we
god.
can play off an army of snatchers. We can't do this.
I know I'm gonna hate myself once we figure out the answer.
Oh yeah.
If we throw something through the door, do we see it go through the door?
Uh,
Like if I throw a pebble through the door, do I see it hit the stairs on the other side?
yeah, so you throw a pebble
Okay.
through the door, and you see it going through the door, and then you hear it clatter down the stairs behind you. So it's in your side.
Is this as simple as closing our eyes and going through the door backwards?
Wait a
I tried
minute.
that. It didn't work.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
I
Well, no,
was
you
just-
came down. You came back down.
Yeah,
the-
good point.
You didn't go the other way. So that's what I want to try to do. Covering my eyes and basically going through the door backwards to see if it continues up.
Okay, so you cover your eyes, turn round, and walk down the stairs backwards.
Well, no, I would be up the stairs through the doorway, and then
So yeah, you go through, and the stairs go down. Remember? So
Yes.
yeah, so you turn round and you go down the other set of the stairs backwards. You don't come back.
okay.
I'm gonna try the same thing. See what
And
happens.
I'll do that as
Yeah.
well.
After a
Aiden, come
while.
back. Let's do it.
So you all blindfold yourselves. You get to the door. You turn round and you walk down the stairs backwards. And same,
Yes.
you don't come back. All doing
So
it.
if you just think that-
Well, now what?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think everybody's
All done
it?
following.
Cool. So, as you walk backwards down these stairs, you hit the bottom of what you go. Oh god damn it! It's the same stairs because you hear the stone underneath you, and you take off your blindfolds, and you are in a completely different chamber. Well
Finally.
done. Well done, guys.
What?
Yeah, see, it was a simple solution. We were just-
It was literally just they're mirrored, and all you had to do was just do the opposite.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, this will be dead
Oh.
easy. Whoops.
You underestimated how dumb we
I
are.
tried to do something similar but failed.
You were so close, Selfless. See, when you said you were gonna go backwards, but down your side, I was like, oh, it's so close. You actually suck at moving the. Shut up, Cham. It's hard to move. Okay, I can't move the bookmark. Anyway, if you drag yourselves over to this map, you come in down here. I'll make you bigger when you are here. There's another one. Oh my god, why are you all so tiny? What's happening?
Thank you for saving the game.
Thank you. Who's saving the game? Staley, save the game. Yeah.
Really.
Where are we? How can I not make you bigger? Let me zoom in. There you are.
I don't like the looks of that pit.
Don't worry about
The
it.
tiny.
It's
The pool of blood.
yeah. What is it?
Is that Cthulhu?
Don't worry about it. Selfless would say. Oh no, not Selfless. Sorry. Marble, as Marble would say. Don't worry about it. So, you all take off your blindfolds, and you are in a large chamber that appears to be made of a kind of amethyst stone looking material. All the walls, the floors, the ceiling. However, the ceiling, as you look up, seems to move and shift and swirl and have the stars and the cosmos like moving above you. As you look ahead of you, you see a massive pit that you can't see down. You're too far away from it at the moment. And to the left seems to be a hunched over humanoid-ish creature that kind of like glances over at you as you come down the stairs.
Does it look very hostile?
Just looks at you. Doesn't move towards you or anything.
Good day, sir. Could you tell us where we are?
And it kind of like raises its head, and as it raises its head, you see it's kind of like wet looking, and these kind of like drips of goo start kind of sliding off its skin, and the finger just kind of like comes up and like points towards you, and it's all kind of like long and drippy, and the fingers are kind of weirdly elongated. Like it's not just got like the 1, 2, 3 like breaks in it, it's got like 4 or 5, so it's strangely longer. It's kind of nasty looking.
So my initial reaction wants to kill it with fire.
My initial reaction is hit it with Thunderwave and knock it into that big pit and see what happens.
I'm here for it.
Well, gentlemen, before we do that, I would like to attempt a conversation with our friend here, if you please.
Go right ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And I will like slowly kind of like slowly but steadily approach this strange figure here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll kind of like wave. I'll kind of like wave my hand in front of his face, and I'll be like, "Hello, are you conscious? Are you? Can you hear me?"
So its eyes are large and black, almond shaped, and the mouth just seems to kind of like all droop down to the one side, and this liquid just continues to pour out of it. But as you approach it and you speak to it, some kind of recognition flashes across its face for a second, and it kind of slurps up the stuff that was drooling out of its mouth, and then goes,
Sorry, I didn't catch that last bit. So what did it say? Sorry.
Thaddeus.
And I'm like, who are you? How do you know my name? What is this? This is.
How did you get here, my boy?
My boy? No, hang on. I hardly know who you are. I took up an assignment to locate some missing persons.
Give me a perception check.
Perception. Character sheet is still buffering.
No worries. Roll 20 is very temperamental.
Oh, yeah. Perception, that is 17.
You recognise these garbs. This thing seems to be wearing Bergenworth scholar garbs, in particular ones that look very, very similar to your mentor Carl's robes.
And then like a horrific expression, of realization just like steadily crawls across my face, and I'm like, don't tell me, no, it can't be, no. Professor Carol?
Did you finally see it?
See what? For one, you're a puddle of God knows what. Where have you been all this time? I have so many questions. What? Why?
You don't need physical forms here.
Sorry, I actually didn't quite hear that there.
It says you don't need physical forms here.
Physical forms. What do you mean? And then as I'm saying this, I'll kind of like turn back to my fellow to my fellow adventurers, and I'll kind of like basically like signal to them that we probably should not kill this kill this thing because this is basically we found my missing professor.
But what is he doing here?
And what is he?
So Fig, as you approach, you, having worked in Bergenworth, recognise the mentor. You maybe never spoke to him yourself, but you've definitely been in his studies to help kind of like tidy books away and kind of organise things, and he's maybe said a couple of things to you in passing, but he has essentially melted, kind of turned into like a human sluggy gooey mess.
Did you do this to yourself, or was this done to you?
To myself, yes. I've finally seen it. The eyes on the... and it just like this big glob of spit comes out. On the inside.
What is
What
what
does
is
that
with all the
mean?
things that we had downstairs, those bodies?
My accomplices can't do things by myself, you know.
We thought you went missing. You were the cause of everyone missing.
Smart boy.
Alright, so now we're somewhat... I'm gonna look to the two Bergenworth scholars and what do you want to do? He's the reason we're here, and not in the good way this time.
So he's the reason we're here for, well, both. He's the end for both quests we were after here.
Well,
How do you... Anyone have a large jug to capture him in?
let me check my inventory actually. Well, okay. So I have a little bag of sand, as it were, a belt pouch, and well, a scholar's pack, which I assume would be a bag in and of itself.
Does it have a giant sponge?
Well,
A mop.
I got
Anything to clean up this mess?
I got spare clothes. I assume they would be somewhat absorbent.
We could boil him down a little bit first.
Boil him.
I mean, we don't. I mean, by all possibilities, he probably could survive with just his head alone. He said he didn't need physical forms here, so.
I've got a water skin.
Cut his head off.
I know he's probably listening to us, but he doesn't seem to be too hostile at the moment. But
It doesn't
look
seem
ever-
bothered by anything you guys are saying, which is kind of creepy.
Odd.
It's a little off-putting.
I'm interested to know like what's going on as we're kind of debating this. Like, I kind of want to inspect these scales a little bit,
So
just not like from a
Yeah.
distance, not necessarily getting like right up in there.
yeah, so as you approach the scales, you can see there seems to be kind of body parts on both sides of the scales, and they're looks as if they're nearly balanced. So some arms, some legs, stuff that so you think he's maybe like tried to make these monstrosities as balanced as he could, but some of them are a bit heavier, so maybe that's why some of them had like legs that are slightly longer, arms, that kind of thing.
Okay.
He's trying to be precise, but you know, maybe a bit mad, not getting it quite right.
Not much you can do with scales and random corpses.
Oh boy. So I'm kind of wanting to know what the rest of the group wants to do. Do we try to capture him to reveal what's been happening, or do we just stop him and report to our superiors.
I don't think we have a way to like capture him, because like this, from what I can tell, he only seems semi-solid. So like, if we try to like push him, there's a chance that we're just gonna kind of go through him.
So as you are all kind of discussing this, he just kind of like looks over at you and he's like, "How are you planning on leaving here?" And if you remember, you were pulled through a portal by a massive, grabby hand. And you have only seen magic doors and now the swirling vortex above you. Like, you know you're not in
20 minutes to walk backwards.
You know you're not in Yarnum anymore. We're not in Kansas anymore.
I figured we'd figure that out when we got to that point.
So there's
I'm sure he knows how to get out.
He does.
how do we get out?
Why don't you stay here with me and we can contact the cosmos together.
That's why I have this cage.
Would we need to melt as well to do that?
Yes? Get rid of your forms. No need.
I'd rather enjoy being solid.
So he looks over at you, Thaddeus, and kind of like holds out one of his big, long, soggy hands. And he's like, "What about you? So ambitious."
And I'll just look really uncertain. I'll be like, if I were to undergo whatever damned ritual you took part in, is there a way back?
No. Forever.
And then I'll turn back to my peers and I'll be like, and I'll turn back to my peers and I'll be like, well, in life I have places I wanted to go, things I wanted to see, things I wanted to learn. This. No. You lot, spread out. Help me examine this place. There's got to be another way out of here. I am not becoming that. This is where I draw the line. And then I'll kind of just like and I'll kind of just like draw start pacing around like this kind of like giant like pool.
Yeah.
Like this giant pool, and let's just kind of like examine the scenery first.
And as you walk away from the professor, he looks distraught. Like he thought that you would have, kind of joined them and cast away mortal flesh and kind of vanity, for the form that you're in, and kind of like gives off this big audible sigh and says, "So be it," and he throws himself into the pit.
Is there any reaction we can do to try to stop that from happening?
He's very slippery and very fast, so you can give me what would it be? Like a like a dexterity kind of catch or something along those lines, like acrobatics maybe.
Sure.
I have freezing. Wait, I think I have freezing. Was it freezing?
This
Ray of Frost?
takes like seconds, so there's not enough time to kind of like cast something. It would only be like a split I can't say a split second reaction to maybe try and grab him or something. 8 unfortunately is not enough. No.
Yeah,
so as he throws himself into the pit, you now kind of like approach the pit and look down, and you just see masses of bodies all mashed into one, compressed limbs, arms, legs, torsos, heads, you name it. and you see the professor's body just kind of like sink into them as his form just dissipates and then spreads over. And you've seen the size of him. It was quite small, but the liquid that then spreads from what his form was gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it encompasses the whole sphere of bodies, and the bodies start to conjoin and merge and mash into one, and sinew and muscle and flesh and fat all just kind of congeal and grab onto each other as a huge arm-like tendril pulls itself out of the pit and grabs onto one side, and you guys have to jump back to get out the way of it, and then another follows and grabs onto the side, and the earth starts to rumble as this huge monstrous beast of compressed bodies just lunges outside of the pit, and it is horrendous to witness. And at the top of it, this huge ribcage towers over you, and a skeletal form, you got it, leans over and screeches at you with the voice of 1,000 dead souls. And would you all please roll for initiative as I drag you over to the last map and your last fight against the newborn.
Oh boy.
This is why you don't mess with space monsters.
This is why I don't mess with space monsters yet.
That's an 8 on initiative for me.
I got a 15.
Come on, roll 20, you can do it. Pull the guys over. Give it.
And
It really doesn't like you.
It really doesn't, no.
as this thing's like pulling itself up,
Skill
I'll say
issue,
to
I'm sure.
I'll say to Samuel, well, at the very least, I could have been part of that thing, so maybe consider that a blessing, I suppose.
Yep, if you had decided to join, you would have been, there we go. You'd have been part of this. You'd actually been part of the fight against your teammates.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you decided not to do that.
It could have been fun.
Could have been fun. Gotta change that so bright.
Right. If my studies have proven anything.
Oh,
you
look
need
how
to break
small
the
you are.
limbs.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not even going to make you guys bigger because that's probably about the right size.
Liberate this motherfucker.
So, yeah. Ooh, dunk. So he's probably about there-ish. Okay, initiative order. Let me have a nosy. Oh yeah, I need to roll for the one reborn, don't I? So initiative.
Please not one. Please not one.
Can you imagine?
Surely this thing's dex mod would be in the negatives. I mean, how do you even maneuver a body like that?
It's a 0. Yeah, it's not great. So he is. Oh my god, he's near the bottom actually. So Samuel.
Oh my god.
Sam. And then we have Thaddeus and Fig. Fig, what's your dex mod? And Thaddeus, what's your dex mod?
I have a +4.
+4. So I think Fig, you'll be next then. So Fig, and then Thaddeus.
Yeah.
Then
Mine was next one, don't worry.
cool, and then it's the newborn. Not the one reborn, the newborn. And then we have, last but not least, Damian. Okay, so, Samuel, this thing's just pulled itself out of the pit. It's looking gnarly. What are you doing?
I'm gonna, yeah, outside of being horrified, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my smith's or my woodcutter's tools real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use my action to create an Eldritch cannon. So I'm going to make a little spider bot that he has a small size, but it looks like he has a little crossbow with a tube on it coming off of his back. So he has a small size spider bot that has a move speed of 15 feet, as well as a little force cannon that can do 2d8 worth of force damage when he takes an attack at something, and I can move him with a bonus action.
I'm gonna put down a wee token. I'll just put down the wee, that thing there.
That works.
Yeah, I'll just pop him
He
there.
is small, and
Smart.
he is my friend. And I
Excellent.
could only make one of him, so I'm glad I waited.
Yeah, so that's your action, yeah?
That is my action.
Cool.
And
Any
then I'm
bonus?
the bonus action I'm going to actually use to have him, to activate this little guy and have him take a pot shot at our boy.
Perfect.
So he gets a great spell attack. So he has a +7 to hit on that. So
Ooh, +7, nice.
D20. Does a 13 hit? 13,
it does, yes. This thing's armor class is not much because massive.
Cool.
Not you know.
So he rolled max, so that's a 16 damage to our boy.
Perfect. So you just see, like, out of nowhere, oh shit, I'm nearly dropping the wrong thing. Samuel just go shit, but then manage to like calm yourself enough to make this wee thing and pop it down, and it just like scurries off and pew, like a wee cannon, and fires into the side, and it hits one of the limbs of the newborn, and a hole appears, and some kind of bits of flesh and tissue and bone shatter off of it. Cool. Any bonus actions, or was that your bonus action?
Yep, that's my bonus action.
Oh, that's,
so that's what I got.
Cool. Samuel Fig, it is now you.
I'm just gonna look up at it.
Yeah.
And then charge.
Nice, go for it. Charge!
I have the best weapon for this, a dagger.
Stabbity stab.
11.
11 just misses. Unfortunately.
Is it large enough I can start climbing it?
You can give me a acrobat? No. Yeah, acrobatics. If you want to try and scrabble. Oh yeah, you managed to like basically jump up and grab onto one of the limbs and kind of like dig your dagger in and begin to climb this thing and bring yourself up to the kind of like maybe top half of the what you presume is maybe like an arm. You're not too sure. It's all kind of mashed together.
Yeah, I'd be trying to climb my way towards the body on the top.
Yep.
If that's like a weaker spot.
So with your movement, I'd probably say you get maybe to about the elbow. It's hard to tell.
For sure.
Yep. Cool. Any bonus action you want to do?
Nope.
That you. Fig, so Thaddeus, we're on to you.
Okay, so just to kind of settle the not even really beef, just like a bit of unease and tension between me and Samuel, I will approach Samuel and I will take out a syringe of kind of like a greenish a greenish fluid contained inside, and I'll say to him, "Hold still, you might feel a slight prick," and then I'll inject it into his arm.
Yeah.
And as I do that, you feel like invigorated and powerful. Your muscles feel like your muscles feel magnitudes of times stronger. You feel a lot more energized and vitalized. I have now just cast Longstrider on you, and for 1 hour your speed increase will increase by 10 feet.
Excellent.
Oh, sick. Thank you.
Longstrider.
You were right. Perhaps there are some things that are simply not meant for our minds to handle. I will say this is way beyond anything that I can really comprehend. So let us take union in bringing down this monstrosity together.
Perfect.
Now it's my turn to teach you something about the hunt.
Any bonus actions you want to do, Thaddeus?
I don't think I have any bonus actions, so that will be me.
No worries. Right, it is on to the newborn. So, Oh god. First thing I need you all to do is make a wisdom saving throw. DC is 18.
Oh no.
It's quite. Oh.
Nope.
So, Thaddeus, I was going to say you have advantage on this, but never mind, that's a critical success. So, Damien and Samuel, you are going to take, let's see, 5, oh, it's not too bad actually, 5, 6, 7, 9 points of this just kind of like blast of necrotic energy. 10,000 damage, no, blasts over you, and you for the next round are frightened. So on your next round you are under the frightened condition, and at the end of the next round you can try and break out of it as well. Does he want to do anything else? Who's in front of him? Fig?
Technically on climbing.
Oh, yeah. Right, so he can't do that. So he's just gonna try and shake to see if he can shake you off. So what I'll do is give me an opposing strength check. So give me a strength saving throw, if you will. Oh, he did not roll well. Oh, never mind. Yeah, so he rolled a 6. Have you got any pluses on top of that, or is that it?
I have a -1, so I rolled a 2.
Okay, so you come flying off him, and you'll probably take a wee bit of fall damage. 2 points of fall damage as you come crashing down onto the ground. Cool. Right, that is him. So we're back to the top of the round, and Samuel.
Doke. Well, now that I've pulled out the little spider bot, I'm just gonna go ahead and.
You kind of skipped me.
Oh, oh, sorry. Yep, sorry.
My
There's sorry. Damien, on you go.
So since I'm frightened, I can't take an action against him, right?
You can try and break out of it. That's kind of the only thing you can do.
Saving throw.
Yeah, saving throw.
You can take an action. It's just a disadvantage.
So a 15 does not meet it, unfortunately. So it does get lower. But yeah, a 15 doesn't do anything. So yeah, you are frightened at the moment.
So that would be my action as a saving throw. I can't do much else.
Yeah, when you're frightened as well, you have to use your movement to move away from the target as well.
I believe it's that you just can't willingly move closer to it.
Oh, so you don't need to move back, but you just can't move closer to it?
I think so. I
Cool.
think that's how fear works.
Yeah, that's
or
fine.
works.
Move yourself back then. Cool.
Alright,
so...
that's it for me then.
Samuel, it is on to you. Sorry about that, Selfless.
Okie doke. I'm gonna go ahead and how far away would you say that he is from us? Like within 60 feet?
Oh yeah,
Sure thing.
definitely. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna aim at a spot that is like right in front of him. So I'm not targeting him specifically. He will just fall within the cube that I'm doing. So, but I'm gonna cast fairy fire.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So each object in a 20-foot cube within range of him is outlined in like a red light. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in that light, so he will count for that. And then for the minute that this is active, any attack roll against the affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature can't benefit from being invisible. So that's just to help like negate some of the disadvantage from frightened.
Perfect. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Any bonus actions you want to do?
Yes, I will activate my little spider boy again, and have him take another pot shot at our boy. And he's going to hit an 18 this time.
18 hits, yeah.
And this time he's going to roll minimum damage.
2! That's fine. So it's just like a pew!
Because there are 2 numbers.
And you see just like a wee shot getting fired at it, and it hits something and it goes flying, and maybe like, I don't know, a penis or something goes flying off it. It just slides across the floor.
It's the only target we can ask. The best target we can ask for.
Oh, cool. So
Shoot him in the dick.
shoot him in the
And
dick.
I'm gonna move my.
Yeah. Can you move the wee thing, or if you can't move it, I'll move it for you if you want to move him anywhere.
Nah, he can stay where he is.
Cool, that's fine.
He's doing a good job.
Fig, you're next. You're up.
All right. I'm gonna try this again.
Jump off on him.
Climb up. Yeah.
Yep, so same again, acrobatics. Yeah, you're fine. You just yeet yourself up, and because you're using basically your full movement for it, I'd probably say you are able to get onto the kind of main rib cagey bit that seems to make up the body of the beast. So you've got the rib cage, and then a bit further back you have the actual what you presume is the body of the professor that's came out of it. So you're close to him.
If I were to spend a cunning action to dash, would I be able to get up to it?
Oh yeah, you'd be right up at him.
Yeah, I'll do that and then aim my attack at him.
Nice, go for it. Big numbers, come on.
And he's got fairy fire on him?
Yeah,
You
fair
got-
fire.
So that'll be at any attack is at
Advantage.
advantage.
Nice, 15.
15.
They hit, yep, and piercing damage. 5.
5 more for sneak attack.
Ooh, so 10.
10
Excellent.
damage.
So yeah, you just, you're kind of like Legolas, you know, when he jumps up that elephant thing in the movie. And you just get up and you take the knife and you slash it across the chest and then just turn around and slash again. And yeah, he kind of lets out a howl and just didn't expect someone to jump up on top of him because, you know, the size of him. Cool. Thaddeus, you're up.
Okay, would I be able to like check how many like bottles of sedatives I have left in my supply?
I mean, are you an addict?
You know, like,
Depending on what you say, I might, you know, give you disadvantage on some things.
I mean, like having studied some more strenuous arcane arts, like I'm kind of like verging on being an addict. Like I'm still able to function without
Okay.
them, but it's just not like
So
I'd say reliant.
you maybe have like 2 a day, so I'd probably say you have another 1 on you.
One or more. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's still frightened of this monstrosity?
Oh god, hold on, who saved their throws? So Damien and
Yeah, it's just being selfless.
oh, is it just Samuel and Selfless? Samuel and Selfless.
Okay. Samuel Selfless. I will. Okay. Would it cost an action for me to like kind of just like roll that last bottle across the floor towards him?
If you're
Or would it- or
if you're
would-
rolling it towards them, that'd be a bonus action. But if you were administering it, that would be an action.
All right. Okay. So I'll roll it across the ground towards him, and I'll call towards him. I'll call towards him. Use this, and I will. Okay. So. Let me think about how I'm gonna do this first. Okay, I'll cast. Okay, so I'll then approach the. I will approach the absolute monstrosity, and I will cast. And I will cast magic missile.
Oh, nice. So that's force damage.
Yeah, that is. Wait, hang on.
So magic missile never misses. It just always hits
never
automatically.
misses.
It just depends on
Alright.
what level you cast it, whether you upcast it or not.
Alright, yeah. So that was at first level, yeah.
First
So,
level.
yeah,
So
so-
4.
Yeah, so it's kind of like so you know like the black
You
sky
get
eye.
3 darts for magic missile.
Yeah. So I cast that at first level though. So I think it's just 1 dart.
No, I think it's always 3.
You get 3.
Yeah, even
It's
at
3.
first,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh right, okay. So I'll roll 2 more then.
Mhm. So it's 3d4 plus 1, so that'll be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nice. 11 force damage.
I think that's 12 in total because I got 3 4s there.
Oh shit, yeah, dyslexic brain go burr. So 12, 13, 14, 15 it is. Oh, 12, no, oh my god. Yes, 12, never mind. Ignore me. Cool, so that's your bonus action, and your movement. Thaddeus, that's you. So it is now the newborn's turn. Okay, so I can't do any of that just yet. So, Fig, cause you are up on top of him, he is gonna take one of his hands and swipe towards you and try and grab you. Does yeah, 16 plus 8 hit? I'll definitely outright.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, so that'll be
A
4.
little bit. It was close.
it was just the tip. So this is fuck. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 23 points of necrotic damage as you just feel the life be sapped out of you. Takes HP back equal to half the damage. So what did I say?
You said 23. Would I be able to uncanny dodge that and have the damage again?
Yeah, you can do that. So half that is 10, 11. So he would take 5 points of health back as you see him just kind of like suck your energy into him. So plus 5 back to his health.
Well, that's not fantastic.
He's a monster. Right, that's him done that, and then he'll just take a big wide sweep and try and hit you, Thaddeus. He'll just like swing one of his arms out. 16 plus. Oh, just 16. Does that hit?
It's like, yeah, that hits, yeah.
16.
My AC is not that good.
Not great. Okay, so that's 2d4. So what's that? 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points of bludgeoning damage as he just kind of like smacks you with one of the limbs.
Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, okay.
Cool. Right, that's him. So, Damien, it's on to you.
All right, so if I drink the sedative, do I get advantage on saving throws? Or
So when you drink the sedative, the fear comes away from you, and you now have advantage on saving throws against being feared and charmed again.
Okay, so is that me drinking it an action then?
Bonus action. You're just chugging a potion. It's not like, you know, you're sipping a cocktail. You're just chugging it down.
Perfect. Because I'm gonna cast Fireball
Hey!
near the opposite end of him, so it doesn't hit. our party.
Okay. So where are you aiming this? Because your rogue is currently up on top.
I was aiming it like
The
trying
butt?
to get it to where it.
Are you aiming for the
like
butt?
his butt?
That's fine. It's not gonna hit your rogue then.
Holy
Cool.
shit,
Because
look at that.
I was like, oh fuck, were you aiming that?
That's like the worst Fireball roll ever.
I mean, that's fine. 18.
Got a lot of
3
ones.
ones.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. So, yep, that's fine. So you hurtle the fireball, and just the whole back end, because of the tissue and the sinew and the fat more so that's like all kind of holding this thing together. You see the flame just kind of like lick up the back of it, and then eventually kind of dies down. But the back end of it is still engulfed in flame. Cool. So that's your action, bonus action. Anything else?
Nope, that's everything.
You, Samuel, it's on to you.
Yep. So this time, since now that we've got Fairy Fire up and I'm not too worried about dealing with that, I'm going to go ahead and level my musket at him. But instead of using it as an actual firearm, I'm going to use it as an arcane focus to cast Scorching Ray.
Oh,
At him.
nice. Go for it. Go
So
send it.
all 3 beams are going to go at him, and that is at +8 because I enhanced this thing with
Nice.
enhanced arcane focus. Where are we at here? So let's go. I'm just going to roll a d20 +8, so that way it. Ooh, 14.
14 hits. Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So then he takes.
Oh, your damage.
Yeah, he'll take 3d8 plus 1d8 from the arcane firearm.
Mhm.
So it's 4d8 for 21 points of damage to him.
Nice.
Dang.
So yeah, you just see this tiny, like, well, it looks tiny, musket, kind of old thing, and just this thing goes bang, 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 and these massive rays of fire just shoot across the arena and smack like into the chest, and the one reborn kind of like rears up, and the flames spread all down the chest, all through the torso, and then he kind of slams forward into the kind of liquidy goo that's been oozing out of him, and it douses the flames a little. But holy shit, that was a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
If it ain't got kick, it ain't worth having.
Cool. Any bonus actions?
Yep, I'll have my little spider bot take another.
Your little dude.
I'll have him take another shot at him.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 22.
That definitely has. Yeah, go for it.
So he's gonna roll 2d8 for 3 damage this time.
Nice. So he gives away pew pew, kind of like following, you know, in the way you did, and yeah, a couple another shots fired. Excellent. So Samuel, Fig, it is you.
Still being up on top.
Still up on top.
I'll just look at the various faces around me. Yeah. He's far more important. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna keep stabbing down.
You're talking to the bodies.
Yeah.
Go for it.
There's a lot of
21 definitely
fighting,
hits,
yeah.
yeah. So 8 and 18. And 18.
24.
So as
26.
you go to like kind of like stab him, a couple of the little like arms that are attached to just various bits of him try and like grab you, and you just kind of like do a wee hop above them and just like stab him in the chest. Yeah, cool. So that's your attack, sneak attack. Anything else you want to do?
Hold on extra tight. Is it?
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Thaddeus, we're on to you.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a bit of a gamble here. I'm just gonna casually, nonchalantly stride to like a couple of feet closer to him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast Fear, and that is that is a 15. I think it is a DC 15 Wisdom's saving throw.
Okay.
Or otherwise it becomes. Hang on. While frightened, otherwise it becomes frightened for. I think it was. 1 minute. Yeah. So.
And you think this'll maybe like get him to back off, kind of thing. And as you cast it, it just washes over him and has no effect. He is immune to being feared.
Oh, okay. Well.
Sorry, I had to check the definitions there.
Oh, okay. I mean, at least now, at least now I know that
Cool.
Yeah, and I'll inform everyone else that that he cannot be afflicted with fear, with frightened rather.
Anything else you want to do?
I don't think there is anything else I can do.
No worries. Thaddeus, right, so it is the newborn's turn. Right, he's gonna try and shake you off first, Fig. So if you can give me opposing strength check. See if you can hold on as he tries to shake you off. That is a 13. 5. Yep, so you go flying off again. So you're gonna take some more fallen damage. 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the floor. And then Thaddeus and Fig is gonna take a swing at both of you guys. So what's that? 14. 14 hit anyone?
14 hits me.
Hits you, Fig.
14 just misses. I have 15 AC.
Nice, so you dodge out
I
the
have
way.
14.
Oh no, you're not in the radius, you're okay.
Oh, okay.
So that is 2d4 plus 2. As he's gonna take a big swing and slam down on top of your head. So what's that? 2, so 4, 5, 6 points of bludgeoning damage as he just like smacks you again.
Oof, okay.
Cool. Right, so yeah, that'll be him for the time being. Damien, we're on to you.
Repeat what I did last time. Use
Fireball?
my last spell slot. Yep.
Nice, go for it. 15 definitely hits. 35. There we go, that's more like it. 30. Oh no, 34, sorry. 34. Hold on, I need to do some counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm gonna toast his marshmallows.
Da, 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 da. 10. God, I hate being dyslexic. He is still up. He's looking hella rough though. Cool. Anything else you want to do?
I don't think there's much else I can do as a bonus action, fortunately.
Okay, dokes.
That
That's
would
fine.
do anything that would be helpful. So
Cool.
I'm just gonna back up. I'll just stay where I'm at.
No worries. Samuel, we're on to you.
Go behind that rock, and then I'm done.
Yeah, we're gonna do second verse, same as the first, and enhanced arcane focus, scorching ray this guy for my last second level spell.
Go for it.
So that's gonna be a 19 to him,
19 definitely hits. Yep.
and then he's gonna take 17 damage.
Perfect. So, as you fire this off and it slams into the side of him, you just see the inside of the rib cage erupts in fire and it bursts out all the sides, the bones crack and explode essentially, and the body of what was the professor, the fire comes up through the chest, out through the esophagus and out through the mouth, and then the fire bursts out through the eyes as well, as the whole thing just erupts in flames and it slumps down. Appears to be dead.
Here's.
Is it dead? Is it dead? Fig, is it dead?
Oh yeah, Fig, you're up there as well.
Looks like it.
Hold on.
Thanks for waiting for me to tumble a little bit.
Is he dead?
Just to check.
And just as you think he is dead, it rears up. And Fig, can you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
Oh, time for phase
Goddamn
2.
second phase.
13. Hold on, he's gonna see if he can throw you off. 14, so it beats you by 1, so you're thrown off. As he regenerates himself, and he is gonna once he is regenerated, hold on, let me read this. Can you all please make wisdom saving throws for me? DC is 15. Oh,
No, this is bad.
this is bad.
So bad.
Who are we missing? Is that everyone? Oh, that's everyone, sorry.
That's everyone.
Yep, so
We're all
you all fail, so he is gonna suck some life out of you. He's gonna drink you like a straw. So, where's my d8s? 1 for each of you. Dun, 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 dun. So that is 3. So, what's that? 10, 13, 14, 15 points of health back to him. So, still looking rough. But he has regained some health. So technically we're still on Samuel's turn. You just had your action, so you've still got bonus, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'll take a bonus action to shoot at him with my little spider bot because the hell.
The hell? Just like sprung back up from the dead.
And it's going to be a 14.
14 hits. Yep.
And he's going to take 4 this time. We're getting incrementally better.
Slowly but surely. So yeah, this thing just like springs back up and you use your wee robot to pew pew shoot him again. And it hits a couple of times and the fire seems to like reignite itself. Cool. Fig, we are up to you now.
And that's force damage. I don't know if it matters. But...
Force, cool. No, it's fine. There's a couple of thingies resistant and immune to, but force is not one of them.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna run around the base of it, like
Mhm.
trying to just slash in at the larger body.
Yeah. Go for it. Give me an attack. 9 misses. Yeah, but you have advantage because fairy fire. So roll again.
That was advantage. They were both 9s.
Oh, fuck it. Roll again. Who cares? I said it, so do it. 22! So 8 piercing damage, yeah.
9 for sneak attack.
Plus 9. Right, hold on. Fig! How do you want to do this?
Basically just holding my arm out as I'm running around the base of it, cutting through.
Yeah.
Just run in circle.
Just like run round and run round and run round. Oh, amazing. So as you do that, you're cutting through bone, sinew, bits and bobs, and you just see the elbows crack, and it falls to the elbows, and then the knees come down, and then the chest comes down, and you just kind of like, you start making your way up and up and up until you essentially, like, you know how that old YouTube channel, Will It Blend? You know, so like,
Yeah.
will the newborn blend? Oh yeah, he blend. And he dead.
Yay.
Well done. So,
Great success.
as you do this, all the kind of bits and bobs fall off. You can now see this was, you know, hundreds, if not thousands, of bodies from people all stitched together. And the professor's body detaches and kind of slides across. And lands roughly at your feet, Thaddeus, and just kind of looks up at you and says, "So disappointing," and then dies.
And then I'll look down and I'll say, it pains me. It pains me so to do this, but you really become a shadow of your former self. Look at you now. You were once one of the most distinguished professors of our entire academy. You were the one who invented the language that transcribed the vocalization of the vocalizations of the great ones. And now you're just a poor imitation of them. And I'll just stomp on the head and just crush under my foot.
Oh, nasty.
Splish splash.
So yeah, the newborn seems to have perished, and you all kind of like gather yourselves together, and you're like, oh, so now how do we get out of here? And
Well, that's probably
How do we leave?
as you are talking about this, how to get out, the sky above you, the cosmos, that has been swirling and shifting this whole time, splits open, and a huge alien creature looking thing reaches down, and Thaddeus, actually give me a Eldritch insight check, either perception or insight. Actually, who's all where as far as checks go? So
I've
Thaddeus,
maxed out on my insight.
So Thaddeus, you're on 3 out of 4. Damon, you're on 1 out of 4. Fig, you're on 2 out of 4, and Samuel on 2 out of 4. So 22. Yes, that's definitely enough. So you would recognise this thing as something that you have studied but never seen. You've seen images of it in a book. This is an amygdala. You realise that, oh shit, this is a otherworldly being that has just like reached through time, space as we know it, and looking at the hands that are reaching down towards you, you kind of recognise those are the hands that pulled you into the portal in the first place. And same again, just pictures like a couple of flowers and just pulls you into the ether, and you black out, you wake up, and you seem to be back in the graveyard again. Seems to be nighttime, perhaps.
Oh, thank God. We're back.
Tell me that was all just a horrible dream.
Hi.
It was all just a horrible dream.
Thank you.
His pad is back.
Thank you. And I kind of just like, and I kind of just like, well, I kind of just like sigh heavily and kind of just like lean forward with my face in my hands.
Oh, first drink's on me.
I could really use the strongest Yarnum has to offer right about now.
He's all gone to the pub, get drunk.
I could use
That's
a
the
nap.
plan.
Sure.
Well, congratulations. You have not only bet the other dimensional beings, but you made it back alive. Congratulations. The night of the hunt, or the night of the cosmos, is over.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Thank the great ones.